Motherfucker. It'll work now, Jay.
Will it? So your beautiful intro.
Yeah, it was a good intro.
Well, maybe if someone could lip read, would now.
OBS, it's my favourite tool. We can't complain because it's free. Like DMZ.
They're still saying it's no sound.
Yeah, it's a delay, Jay.
I can hear them.
There's a...
Read the chat.
Oh,
why haven't you read the chat yet?
Read what chat?
Oh, it's because there's a delay.
Yeah, exactly. We just spoke about that. So Joe's getting his own look behind the scenes today. We were going to do it in the normal studio, but we'd have to stand there for 2 hours. And it's hot and uncomfortable and fuck that. So
there's a spider in there as well.
We did an emergency setup. Joe's got a separate microphone, so we could do it in here. We could look at chat we could look at the rules on the big screen. And what I was saying when it wasn't working was this is going to be interesting because normally Joe doesn't shut up during the Liam and Joe show and I can't read out super chats. But what you guys can do now, if you super chat $10 or more, as you all know by now, Amy reads it out loud with the big explosion.
Amy.
And Amy, that's her name. That's the chatbot's name. And if she reads out the big explosion will go off and you have to, every time that happens, you have to shut up.
No.
You do.
Right. It's just sound effects for my wisdom.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to look at brand new rules tonight. We're going to look at the new GSC Occult and the new Drukhari. Drukhari is exciting because Joe plays Drukhari. GSC Occult's exciting because their rules are fucking mental. So,
that's like what I've been talking about GSC for a while.
What I do need to know is, now the sound's actually working because I've changed the settings, good old OBS, I do need to know if Joe sounds okay because we've used it. I've set up an emergency mic for him because on the other mic, because we're in the office, Luce is here still as well.
Oh, am I unmuted?
You're unmuted, yeah.
Oh, I put in there, I can hear them.
Yeah, you just nodded at me. So you've got all three of us in one night.
It's very exciting.
I mean, your face looks like you're really fucking excited, mate. Yeah.
I'm it's because I can't sit back and talk because it's really quiet then.
Well, you can hold the mic up every time you talk.
Rest it on my belly.
You can do that, yeah.
It's all about posture, Joe.
Can they see me okay?
There, they can see that, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my fucking word. Right, okay.
I've never been on the internet before.
You have? Just not like this. Not like this.
Joe, you've got to hold it really still because it's crackling.
No, his isn't crackling.
It's not mine. I haven't touched it.
Move your mic around, Joe. Yeah, no, his isn't crackling at all.
I haven't touched mine.
Okay. You sound fine as well.
Yeah.
Boo. Boo! There's no crackling. Okay. I just listened just in case, just to make sure. Joe sounds like a farmer that's sad because he drank all of his cider the previous night.
I wish I had cider. I've got Yop, tea, and Monster.
Yeah, if you just remember to lean forward when you talk and lean back normally, you're fine.
Yeah.
But it's better than standing up, right?
Yeah, much better. It's like a bobbing head now.
Like one of
it's warm in here, though. Maybe
it's not that bad.
He's like our own magic 8-ball, but a bobbing head. We ask him a question, bob
You've
his
got
head.
one light on you today. Normally we've got 4 lights on, and you're whinging about the heat.
I'm tired.
Right, okay. Big shout out to all the people who gifted membership before we got started.
Do you or Joe need anything from Warhammer World, as I am up there on Sunday?
Do I have to pay for it? Then that varies my choice.
I think you probably would have to pay for it, yeah. Ooh. But to be fair...
Yes, Joe and Liam show. What do you call a Scottish woman with one leg? Eileen.
I think I'm going to spend the night just watching Joe.
Yeah.
Do you want anything from Warhammer World?
Well, no, because most of the things are so expensive that if you order it on Forge, you just get free delivery anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm almost out of decaf tea, Liam. If
yeah,
you're
decaf
passing.
tea. Get some decaf tea from Warhammer World.
Only if you're passing, though.
Do you know what I really want?
Reach around.
Good evening, you sexy man. And Liam. I am here, the holder of the great wooden spoon. However, next list includes a deep striking night. Wahaha.
A deep striking night with the current rules, Umbra, because they're all changing soon. Yop, tea, and monster all together, says Jill. Yeah, that's his favourite combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what sustains him. It's his lifeblood.
Yeah.
The only way that he can get it to the right consistency is by mixing all those 3 things together.
Like curdles.
Anyway, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit all those magical YouTube buttons because I feel like they're going to interrupt us a lot tonight because you're here, Jay. So hit that like if you haven't already. Smash that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. You guys are all amazing. We are going to cover some 10th rules tonight. Lucy's going to be in and out. Before you get up and piss off, can you just tell me so I can mute you?
Do you want me to stick my hand up like this?
Yeah, you do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a really high five.
Like when you're in assembly.
Like they used to do in
the toilet.
Like they used to do in Germany in the 1940s, yeah, that kind of high five.
Toilet.
yeah. Just because if I mute you, then there will be no crackling from your cable if you step over it and stuff. All right, just let me know.
I don't need anything from Forge World, but what I do need is something that Forge World should sell.
What's that?
I need Mark III shoulder pads.
Okay. You're not really in the
Because-
shot here.
Because when we were at Fest, I got loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of the Space Wolf upgrade packs.
Yeah.
With all the gimp masks and stuff and the shoulder. But it only gives you one shoulder pad.
Okay.
I need two.
Okay.
So if anyone's got loads and loads and loads of the plastic Mark III shoulder pads, catapult them my way.
So a big shout out to Iniquity for gifting a membership. Tyler Troutman, thank you for becoming a Jarl. What a legend.
What you're talking about?
Knew that was coming. Stick Monkey, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a hero. Tim Chaser, you're also a hero. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Chaotic Failure, thank you for the 10 gifted. Slam Sector also became a Jarl.
Slam Sector.
What you're talking about? You'll say it again.
Oh, what you're talking about?
There we go.
Or you're ready. I just thought of like Slam Sector.
Slam.
What are they slamming?
I don't.
Clams.
Yeah. Chaotic Failure, you did take us over the monthly total that John McCardle set last week. You need to give me a new monthly total for literally tonight and tomorrow night to see if you can beat it. Not forgetting the fact that you and Tyler have gifted another 15 on top of the 42 I got to was correct before. Oh no, I got 40. So I need to add so 52, so 57. Joe, remember 57? Yeah. Do you remember
Ginger
it, Joe?
57. Ginger Steve says, "What's Mark III?" So the Heresy Mark III like iron armor shoulder pads. So you know the guys with the big grill-faced masks.
Yeah.
Those ones. The ones that came out in the Prospero box.
Burning a Prospero. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this stream will be better with ice cream. Everything's better with ice cream. Thank you so much. You guys are all heroes. Thank you for the gift of membership straight away. Amazing people. I'm waiting for Chaotic Failure to pop up with a new total. We'll set the new total, and then we'll try and beat that in just 2 nights, including tonight. So tonight would normally be a game stream, right? I saw some people right at the start of the stream in the comments being like, oh, the death of game streams. It's not death of game streams. It's just a death of game streams currently for 9th edition, and we still don't know what the hell we're going to do on Thursday, which would normally be chat plays. Go 1800, my guy. Thanks, Chaotic Failure, you're a hero. Because actually, you know, people don't care about 9th at all. Our numbers are showing us that 9th is in the toilet right now. So I know someone went, oh, there's no game streams, but Lehman Russ quite rightly pointed out, and I appreciate you for saying this, mate. At the moment, we can't win because some people love the game streams, and then if we do those, they're happy. But some people hate them, but our numbers are down, and some people hate the game. We're all over the place right now. What I can say is, very, very soon, game streams will return to normal. Okay, so please don't panic. Thank you, Schooner, for the gifted 5 that puts us on 1762. Just 38 away from the new target that Chaotic Failure set. You guys are all amazing. And a big shout out to Leaks Veeks, who super chat 2. Joe, in the evening, have you become a thruple?
No.
Right.
That took him. Did you see that?
I had to think about what that was in my head.
A thruple.
And then
It sounds like an old penny, doesn't it?
who's the guy from
There we go. Go on.
from Jojo Rabbit that played Hitler?
I don't know.
Him.
He played a good part though. He was.
The guy he directed the Thor films. Because he was in the thruple, wasn't he? With Rita Ora
What?
and Jobber Thompson.
Who?
The one that plays Valkyrie.
Who?
Yeah, just saying, he's a very lucky man.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Is a thruple when you get married? Like a
When there's 3 people,
a legal thruple?
I don't think it's
Legally
legal.
binding thruple.
no.
That was one of my sources. That was proof of how many people came to the RTC this week at the Factorum. 16 players, Joe. One of them was one of my TOs.
Jesus. I was tempted to try and come and play and just bring all dreadnoughts all the time.
What at the tournament? If you didn't come, did you say?
No.
You know.
Taika Waititi. That was his name.
Is it?
Yeah. He did.
Oh, this is the guy from Jojo Rabbit, right?
This is
Okay.
the thruple
Yeah.
man.
the
All right.
thruple man. Yeah.
Who was the other one? Because you say he was a very lucky man with Rita Ora, but you didn't say the other person. And if the other person's like Jimmy Savile, he's less lucky. Isn't
No, it's the one that plays Valkyrie in the films.
he? Okay, I have no idea.
Did you watch the new Men in Black?
I watched the first one with Will Smith.
No.
You're asking me about a film, Joe. I have no fucking idea at all. Anyway, Joe's in the house. We're going to look at some rules tonight. We're going to talk about some 10th edition. Like I said, it would normally be a game stream, but the numbers are really... In fact, this stream has almost performed as well as one of the game streams last week.
It's because you always look miserable when we play.
But I currently am. because I don't like 9th edition or you. So at the moment, I don't have any. I just don't want to play 9th edition at all, Joe. I don't care about playing 9th edition.
You'll like me a lot more once I add the metric ton of World Eaters stuff.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
I mean, yeah.
Do you reckon
Tessa
you
Thompson.
Actually,
That's the name.
do you reckon you actually find it like impossible to be happy and excited for something that you're genuinely not happy or excited about?
I can act cheerful and silly for a game mostly, but it is hard work, and it's really difficult because there's so often where you're like, and you sometimes you realise that you look like you don't give a shit on camera, and you're like, oh no, smiley face again. So it's just really difficult. The thing is, Games Workshop have kind of fucked us a little bit. We were talking about this earlier over the dinner table. Not in a necessarily completely negative way. They're not the devil. They're not evil, but they've had an incredibly long reveal period. So they revealed 10th edition literally months ago, and they've gone through all the faction rules, and they're still going. And we're there going, we're still making 9th content, and everyone's like, we don't care because so much 10th stuff's been announced. Everyone's focusing on 10th. Everyone's looking at 10th rules. Everyone's looking at 10th data sheets. Everyone's wondering how things are going to play in 10th. No one cares.
Some people have done 10th battle report somehow.
Have they? So no one cares about. So it's really difficult. And I thought, you know what? We'll just sit here in the nice office. Let Joe sit down for a day. Take the weight off, Joe.
Sit down for
Are
a day.
you
I'm
still
always
going
sat
to
down.
do the Starship Troopers Guard versus NIDS? I watched Starship Troopers last night to prepare myself.
The thing is, Tyler, about that particular mission is we can do that in 9th or 10th. So absolutely, yes, we're still going to do NIDS versus Guard at some point in the near future. Fingers crossed, with 10th, we get even more little bugs to play with for Starship Troopers vibe.
I saw that a company does the Starship Troopers terrain. The bunker that they actually do that part of the film in. Someone actually released it. I want it.
Really? It's a surprise you want some
You might
terrain.
be getting an eBay link at some point.
That's my day, chat. My day is just Joe sending me eBay links, just with a little sad face.
Who hates what the most? Liam and 9th, or Loose and 10th showcases after 10 p.m. on a Friday night?
What's that?
Who hates which the most? Do I hate 9th the most, or do you hate 10th edition showcases after 10 p.m. on a Friday night the most? Which
Oh
one?
yeah, I have a bell, Joe.
She has
Showcases?
She has that's a bell.
That's
on
my bell.
On our 40k After Dark show on Friday, Lucy's rule is that after 10 p.m. we can't talk about 10th anymore because we've already talked about it enough that week, and she dings the bell live on stream super loud, and we have to stop talking about
I
rules.
look at my little timer in my laptop when it says 59 minutes to. I'm like this.
Yeah.
Just watching it, waiting
And
for
then
it to
just as
click.
it hits 10, she slaps my bell. She slaps the bell.
It's very controlling.
Do you see what he's reduced me to, though, Joe?
It's not, well, yeah.
You married a nerd.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a nerd. He had a six-pack and he was an engineer. I married smart, is what I did.
That was the thing. It wasn't even drawn on. It was actually real.
You played the long game.
I played the long game. You're fucking trapped now. Right, so we are going to talk about some 10th rules. There's a couple of super chats to come through. Thank you, people. You guys are amazing. And then we'll jump into... Do you want to do Drukhari first or do you need to do Colts? Drukhari was the first set out, so we should do this first?
Yeah, we'll do Drukhari first.
We'll do Drukhari first. We'll get Drukhari ready. In the meantime, we have to wait for a couple to come through.
There's a blue one there that didn't get read out.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I know she's about to interrupt me, so if I start with it, see?
I'm love that Lego Rivendell set behind Liam. I reckon Helm's Deep would look good behind Joe.
It would.
Lego...
They don't do a Helm's Deep though, do they?
Do they
for Lego?
not?
No. They do a big, they did a big terrain set for it, which is really nice, like a limited edition terrain set, when the game first came out.
But we will say a big shout out to Alex as well. That's Alex from Factorum, Alex.
Cool. I like it. He plays Lord of the Rings.
Knob. Factorum's where we were this last Sunday, actually hosting an RTT. If you guys are interested in it, come and hang out with us every now and then at Warminster. Check out their Facebook page, check out their website. They put a ton of events on. They do Battletech, Bolt Action,
Lord of the Rings.
You were a bad influence. I told my wife that I saw the Lego Rivendell and she asked if we can buy it. So now I am waiting for it to arrive.
That's the right life choice, Tyler. It is stunning.
Yeah. There's a Lego shop near my mum's house. In the place.
What, a
called-
shop made of Lego?
No, they sell Lego.
Oh.
But it's like
That makes more sense.
an antiques collectible shop. So the downstairs is all boring old people stuff, but upstairs which is like twice the length of your house, and the same width, just all Lego, but it's all vintage kits as well that you can buy.
Okay.
So they do ones that they don't even sell anymore.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go there.
It sounds like a place to go if you haven't got any money. Don't cry.
No, I'm just gonna stand next to it and look sad.
It's just sob, yeah.
Until someone gives it.
Until someone buys it for
But they've
you.
got like the Star Destroyers and stuff there.
Oh, I want the Star Destroyer.
Mm.
They were super expensive. What I want on that shelf actually is I want Hogwarts Express because it's actually a long train, and Luce will attest to this. One of the reasons why that shelf is so clear is because I measured it and it basically exactly fits
Yeah.
on that. But it's also another £400.
I watched Harry Potter today.
I watched Harry Potter over the weekend.
Yeah.
The first one. I've never watched the whole one before.
What did you think of it, the first one?
The acting is fucking dreadful.
They are children.
Okay.
They are children.
Okay.
Terrible children.
They should be whipped harder off camera because it was dreadful. Really, really bad.
I watched the second one.
It was all right though. It was okay. I want to try and watch all of them because I've never seen all of the Harry Potter films before. We will get to Gene Silicles. I've never seen the Harry Potter films before. There's like 7, isn't there?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But they did that thing where like, the last film is 2 films. Or if
Yeah.
you're Fast and the Furious, the last film is 3 films. Can't wait.
okay. Well, I don't know why we need to know about Fast and the Furious. Cool. Anyway, I started watching Harry Potter, and so I want Hogwarts Express now for the shelf, but it's incredibly expensive, and I don't have. It's fine. It can wait. That space at some point, chat, in the next probably 6 months, you'll see that space filled with a Lego train. Is my intent. Anyway, thank you so much, Alex, for the super. You're a hero. Like I said, guys, check out Factorum on Facebook and on the website. It's an incredible place full of lovely people. And if you are nearby, go and hang out. If you're not nearby, there's even hotels, and people travel a long way to come and hang out for the weekend. I like Big Buffs. Thank you for the 5. With most relevant faction previews out, sorry, Imperial Agents, which one got you the most and least excited, and which one is designed the best? Ooh, which one got you the most excited so far?
Chaos Space Marine.
Really? Just
Yeah.
because it's Chaos Space Marines, or because of the actual rules?
Just because the rules aren't going to be terrible like they currently are. That's the hope. And then
Least excited?
Orcs.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a great one, actually.
No, Orcs suffer from the problem is where they're just like the comedy relief of 40k.
Yeah.
I really want them to be cool. Like I really want to do a Killer Can army with loads of Death Dreads. But
Left
it's
your
all just
game
a bit.
idea in general chat. I made my own to play at home. Use the new kill team stat lines. Game still works.
Thanks, laddie. We'll check it out. You get annoyed by it, don't you?
Yeah.
We need to set up Grumpy Joe streams with a bot that interrupts you. He looks genuinely put out when he has to shut up for a super chat.
Shut up, Joe.
Okay, I think my least was probably Orcs, maybe Death Guard.
Yeah.
They don't look tough enough to me at the moment, off of what we've seen so far. My favourite was either Sisters or Eldar, I think. They both look incredibly strong.
They also look a little bit abusive.
We'll see. I think they look really
I
good.
think their rules are a little bit too abusive of the game.
We're puppy. Do we need a Joe Lego fun? Absolutely. Thank you for the 20, Amanda. You're a hero. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for all the donations. We will, however, jump into looking at the Genes to the Cult faction focus. Boop. There we go. Look at us. We're in the corner now.
Oh wow! We don't have this kind of set up in the shed.
No, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it in here, because we don't have this set up in the shed.
Do you know what? I think I was off sick when my school IT did this lesson about how to do like a picture-in-picture.
I don't think I ever had an IT lesson like that. But then like cameras weren't even that good.
You had
Back
to, you had
into
to
day.
click them, and then when you press go, it went down a number. Those are the cameras that...
Yeah, and then you had to take the little cartridge out and get it. Anyway, what happens now, Joe, is I read through this. So you can interrupt me as well if you want.
Okay.
But I'll read through this, and then we'll also get interrupted a couple of times by chatlet, because that's what happens. And then I have to start again and work out where we are. So faction focus Gene Stealer cults. Oh no, that's not the one we're doing first, is it?
I thought we were doing
We're doing the other one first.
other people. You've got to hide it to hide all the.
Yeah.
porn.
So I don't like to show all my bookmarks and stuff.
Oh.
All the Pornhub links, all that kind of stuff. Did you tell me before you got up? So I can thank you. I've muted you now. Jesus Christ. Liberties. Faction focused Drukhari. Joe plays Drukhari. Joe likes Drukhari.
I
Joe
love
wants to
Drukhari.
start his own brand new, starting from beginning Drukhari army.
I do. I really, really do.
And something that I reckon he'll probably do in 10th edition. So let's see how Drukhari stack up. Millennia ago, Aldari society reached such a pinnacle of debauchery.
Love the stream. So much cheaper than OnlyFans. Can't wait to see you all
Is it
play
though?
10.
Is it cheaper than OnlyFans? I think the Fanes will argue with you, Peter.
Yeah. More interaction though.
The Thanes get more interaction, yeah.
Yeah.
They actually get to talk to me rather than think they can.
Joe, this one is for you. I hope you are in the middle of a long explanation and get interrupted.
It was just Liam this time.
Yeah, thank you,
You
mate.
need to get me yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get me on a subject, and then
I think certain people... Oh, fucking hell.
I just want to see what my death company will do.
I don't reckon you got long to wait, Jill. Thank you for the 10 there. I don't think you got long to wait.
the Blood Angels one.
We don't know if there's going to be a Blood Angels one right now. They're just a Space Marines, haven't they? Generic. So who knows?
Boo.
Who knows? Yeah, Peter, thanks for that as well. I'm not sure we are... See, I think the Thanes, who are all in the WhatsApp chat, and the Aces would probably argue that it's not cheaper than OnlyFans.
Well, it depends on how much.
Especially considering a bunch of those Thanes also super chat like Jill and gift memberships as well. I reckon it'd be cheaper for OnlyFans. Anyway, thank you so much for the donations, guys. Don't forget, 10% will always be donated to charity. Anyway, pinnacle of debauchery that the psychic and emotional overload behind the fourth Chaos God Slanesh, who immediately set about feasting on the souls of almost the entire race. Some of the survivors duly devoted themselves to asceticism, or the performing arts, apparently it's a posh word, to save their doomed race from She Who Thirsts, while others settled down to farm dinosaurs or simply fled into the void. Not so the Drukhari, who just wanted to keep the party going. These heartless hedonists soon discovered that they could feed on pain and anguish to replenish their threadbare souls, saving them from being consumed for all eternity by Slanesh. These haughty reavers now range across the galaxy, sadistic parasites with a ravenous appetite for violence and spectacle. Merciless archons command hosts of Kabbalite warriors, succubi caper into battle, followed by screaming mobs of witches, while flesh-weaving homunculi unleash their most twisted experiments onto hapless foes. All three persuasions and strange mercenaries besides work together in the new edition of Warhammer 40k to accomplish one singular goal, inflicting maximum pain for profit. Is this why you like Drukhari so much?
Yeah.
The twisted, sick, disgusting way. The Drukhari are cutthroat corsairs who conduct lightning-fast real space raids that prey on the mortals they see as little more than cattle or playthings. They feed on the souls of those they slaughter in order to reach new heights of ecstatic violence, gaining yet more power from pain. This is your army rule, Dre, for Drukhari.
Yes.
Power from pain. If your army faction is Drukhari, units from your army with this ability can become empowered through pain. This is done using pain tokens. If your army faction is Drukhari, you gain Poon tokens. Poontang. You gain Poontang as follows. At the start of the battle, depending on battle size, you gain 3, because let's face it, we all pay 2,000 points. Each time an enemy unit is destroyed, you gain a pain token.
Yeah.
Each time an enemy unit fails a battle shock test, you gain a pain token. Each time you get a pain token, keep it to one size. This is your pain token pool. Sounds a little bit like Blood Tithe. I'm a little bit annoyed.
I do feel like a lot of the indexes are a little bit copy and paste, aren't they?
Yeah, but this isn't like this is like current 9th edition Blood Tithe, which they got rid of for the random 8 dice rolls.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you kill something, you get a token. I was like, I had that as a world eater.
Yeah, but it kills something and something died. You got one as well, didn't you?
Yeah. It's like taking skulls.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, maybe that was just too strong, so maybe that's why they got rid of it, and then they brought it back for Drukhari. Anyway, that is your army rule.
Okay.
But obviously you're going to have to spend them somehow.
It is like miracle dice.
On top of the cache of pain tokens each Drukhari army starts with, you earn more for doing sort of things they love, murdering whole squads and conducting mind-breaking massacres to remind the lesser species of their place in the grand scheme of things. You can then cash these tokens in at the start of a relevant phase. So empowered through pain. At the start of any phase, you can expend 1 or more pain tokens from your pain token pool. Each time you do, select 1 unit from your army with the power from pain ability. Until the end of the phase, that unit is empowered and gains the abilities listed below, depending on the phase. So it's not army-wide.
Oh.
Pick a unit, select 1 unit from your army with the power from pain ability. To the end of the phase, that unit is empowered and gains the abilities listed below every time you spend a token.
It's a lot weaker.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, in either the, I'm guessing, movement or charge. Yeah, empowered in the movement or charge phase, you can reroll advance or charge rolls made for that unit. Empowered in the shooting or fight phase, each time that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll.
The first bit I like. No, the first bit I don't like. The second bit I do like. Because you pick a unit, it gets to reroll its charge rolls.
Yeah.
But then, like, that's like CP, though, isn't it, really? It's only on one
But it's
unit.
on top of a CP, because you get these just through. You get 3 to start with at 2,000 points.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. So if you've got 2 risky charges, you can go, I'm going to give that one a reroll, and then I'll see if I need to do it. But then if you make the charge, it's just a bit annoying that you've used a pain token just to get a reroll on the charge.
I mean, I think it's quite strong because they have said that there's a lot less rerolls in the game.
You're just going to use it in the shooting and the fight phase every time.
There's less rerolls in the game, apart from all of the Drukhari's rules, which are about rerolls.
It's apart from every unit in the game has built-in rerolls.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
If a unit is empowered through pain in the movement or charge phase, they can reroll their advance or charge rolls, throwing themselves headlong into the foe for an explosion of aggressive athleticism. In the shooting or fight phase, they can tap into their sadistic nature to reroll their hit rolls, ensuring maximum agony. Drukhari society is totally inscrutable to an observer, as warring cults, cabals, and covens struggle for dominance through duplicitous schemes. Displays of decadent wealth and outright violence. Real Space Raiders detachments don't suffer from this internecine competition.
Internecine.
Yeah, instead they thrive on the challenge, goading each other to new levels of sadism.
So you only get 3 of these, right?
To start with, until you've killed a unit
Yeah.
or they failed a battle shock test. Then you gain 1 every single time that happens.
You're not going to get a vast amount, though. That's the problem.
It depends. If you're playing knights, you're really not going to get a lot.
I just never see you using them on the advance and charge.
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think I joke when I say it's a pretty strong rule because there's no rerolls. I actually think it's pretty shit.
Oh, it's awful.
As an army-wide ability, you start off, you can pick 3 units for a bonus, and if you haven't killed anything or caused any battle shock tests, you just don't get any more until you've done one of those things. There will, I'm sure, be ways of getting more through certain data sheets or through enhancements, but on the whole, it looks toilet.
I'd rather have what Eldar have got.
Okay, let's talk about Oath of Moment. Pick a unit every turn, every battle round, and your whole army gets 4 rerolls, hits, and wounds against it.
Yeah. Whereas that's just pick a unit.
Yeah.
Wait.
Which is a lot more of a squishier unit as well, typically.
Especially on a glass cannon army as well.
Yeah.
Like Drukhari. That's a bit underwhelming.
Real Space Raiders, at the start of the battle, you gain 1 additional pain token for each of the following your army contains. So if you have an Archon, you'll start on 4.
Yeah.
If you have a Succubus, you'll start on 5 if you also have an Archon. And if you have a Homunculus as well, you'll actually start on 6 pain tokens.
It's a bit better.
There's already ways to get more. Okay.
Okay, so there might be like an enhancement or a relic that might give
A
you
Real
one,
Spade
right?
Race isn't anything without a flotilla of lightning-fast transport crafts to deliver its combatants into the thick of the action. The Venom is nimble enough that it can fly low to avoid incoming enemy fire with the Stealth Core ability, which subtracts 1 from shooting hit rolls that target it. So it's got Stealth as standard. It comes with a Splinter Cannon and a Twin Splinter Rifle. Oh, its Twin Splinter Rifle can be replaced with a Splinter Cannon. Okay, and it already has a Splinter Cannon. Okay, it's a transport. It can take 6 Drukhari infantry models. Can't take grotesque.
Yep.
Okay.
Like it currently is now.
At the start of the declare battle formation step, you can select 1 Cabalite Warrior or Witches unit from your army. If you do, that unit is split into 2 units, each containing an equal number of models as possible. When splitting a unit this way, make a note. One of these units must start the battle embark within the transport. The other can start the battle embark within another transport, or it can be deployed as a separate unit. So I'm assuming
Like
then...
Sagittars.
I'm assuming you can't take... Yeah, but Sagittars require you to have 2 Sagittars. And this one you only need 1
Does that
Venom
mean
to
they
do it,
move like they did with Tau in the last book? Maybe all the units are moving just to 10.
I guess.
So instead of MSU,
Can you take 5 Cabalites now?
You take 5 Cabalites, 5 Witches, 5 Grotesques.
So I would assume Cabalites and Witches can be 10. It must be. Because otherwise, why would they need to put this in here?
Yeah.
Unless you could take 5 and 10, but you can combat squad your 10.
Yeah, but then you say 5.
But no, depends on how much you want to min-max your battle line units. Because you could take, with this, you could take 6 units of Cabalite Warriors as 10s, as 6 Venoms, and you've got 12 units of 5 Cabalite Warriors then. You couldn't you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right then.
So who knows? Maybe they're min squad 10. Maybe it's just a way of combat squadding for Drukhari.
Yeah.
Interestingly, maybe the Sagittar will do the same. We'll see.
It doesn't include Racks though. Just Cabalite Warriors and Witches.
So Racks must still have a minimum squad size of 5, I guess. Who knows?
Or can they just not go in it?
It has a capacity of 6 Drukhari infantry. It cannot transport grotesque. So Racks would better go in it. Why wouldn't they?
That's odd, isn't it?
Okay.
Very strange.
14-inch move, Joe. Toughness 6.
So it's gone up a toughness.
Which is not really going up in the new edition.
Not really.
No. Save a 4+, 6 wounds, leadership 6, objective control 1. Splinter Cannon is anti-infantry 3+.
That's good.
Is that better poison than currently?
Well, poison currently is 4+.
Yes, it's anti-infantry 3+. It's better straight away. Exploding 6s or exploding
Very
hits.
good.
3 shots, ballistic skill 3, strength 3, but it's anti-infantry 3+.
That
-1/2 damage.
That actually makes it better than a heavy bolter now.
It actually probably does as well.
Because if you think a heavy bolt is still strength 5.
Yeah.
So if you shoot at something that's toughness 5, you're wounding on 4s, which means that.
And you can have 2 of those cannons as well, by the way. If you drop the twin splinter rifle, you actually get 2 of those cannons for 6 shots
with
doing
exploding 6, they're much better now.
that. So the other one, the twin splinter rifle, is the same anti-infantry 3 plus assault rapid fire twin linked.
Oh, so it rerolls wounds though.
That's down to, it does reroll wounds, but it's down to strength 2,
Yeah.
AP nothing, 1 damage. But the strength 2 you don't care if you're shooting at infantry. The
You get
downside with these is they're toilet against vehicles.
They're currently bad because you can only wound vehicles on 6s currently.
Get 3 attacks hitting on 4s at strength 5, AP nothing, 1 damage. You get power from pain.
Nice.
It deep strikes.
Well, you have to spend a CP to deep strike it.
There's
Currently.
deep strikes for free. Fire index 6, so everyone shoots out. -1 to hit for stealth.
Yeah.
And it's got athletic
Aerialists.
Yeah. At the end of the fight phase, if there are no models currently embarked within this transport, you can select one friendly Drukhari infantry unit that has 6 or fewer models that are wholly within 6 of the transport. Unless that unit is within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can embark with the transport.
That's really good. That's what Harlequins currently have for a stratagem.
Yeah, it's a CP, yeah, absolutely. You look a little bit more excited already, Jay.
I want a witch army. I've started a witch army already, so. Alastair has said the racks come in boxes of 5, Cabalite and witches come in 10.
Interesting.
So they might have gone to the.
This is what the box is, this is what you take.
Yeah, because that's what they did with Tau. Because Pathfinders are 10s, aren't they, currently?
That would be, yeah, but surely they're not going to make everyone who takes Primaris Marines take 10s as intercessors. Surely not.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, it would be funny. The Venom's light carrying capacity often made it difficult to squeeze an entire squad into its deck. In the new edition, you won't have to. You can split your Cabalites or Witches into 2 units, boarding one in the Venom while the other makes its own way. What's more, these athletic aerialists can pull off gut-wrenching acrobatic maneuvers, snatching up units that have finished with combat to deposit them into a fresh melee elsewhere. There is no shortage of infantries that can make use of this sadism-fueled taxi service, but Cabalite warriors make a particularly attractive proposition. These sadistic raiders will ensure that the objective they grabbed remains yours after they abscond, even if you claimed it while they were aboard a transport. They got OBSEC. They got new OBSEC.
So they can get out, claim objective.
If you control an objective marker.
Hang on.
All right, now you're doing the interrupted, not even Amy.
So that means, can you disembark? Disembark, charge, fight, get back in?
It doesn't say you can't.
Because currently you can't get out of a vehicle and then re-embark, can you?
I pass, unless there's something in the core rules that stops you from doing it. Yeah?
That makes Incubi terrifying.
So they have sadistic rages. If you control an objective marker at the end of your command phase, and this unit is within range of that objective marker, or any transport is embarked on, by the way, that objective marker remains under your control, even if you have no models within range of it. So until your opponent controls it at the start of end of any turn.
So Cabalite warriors give vehicles objective secured.
What we call now objective secured.
Yeah.
The universal special rule that's not a universal special rule that should have been a universal special rule. That one.
Yeah, that one. They've got a built-in 6-up invuln.
They have, yeah. So's the Venom.
No, it's got worse then. The Venom used to be a 5-up.
Blasters are 18 inches strength, 8 -4 d6 +1. Okay, Dark Lance hits on 4s now, but it is heavy. So if you stand still, you hit on 3s.
Yeah.
Strength 12 -3 d6 +2.
That's much better because currently it's D3 +3.
Splinter cannons we've just seen.
Oh, Shredder. What does a Shredder do?
Shredder, he's a bad guy. Isn't he? Shredder is assault torrents. It's a flamer, 18 inches, d6 shots, strength 6, AP nothing, 1 damage. But it's assault, so you can move and fire. Blasters are assault, so you can move and fire.
Splinter rifles are now assault.
A cyberite weapon is anti-infantry 3+. It's poisoned. 3 attacks. I'm guessing that's on the.
That's a little whip, isn't it?
The little champion, yeah. The whippy stick. Phantasm grenade launcher. The bearer's unit has the grenades keyword. You don't actually get any grenades as weapons now, Jay.
What do grenades do now?
Well, it gives them a keyword, so that'll probably be some form of rule or stratagem, won't it? They can also make use of the firing deck rule found across Drukhari transports to let rip with their signature splinter weapons. These cruel guns fire shards of crystalline neurotoxin designed to overcome the hardest biologies and inflicts maximum agony, so even their mainstay splinter rifle has the anti-infantry 3+ ability. Like any good torturer, a homunculus has a suite of tools that they can use to inflict maximum pain on their subjects. The Talos are the most versatile of these brutal implements. Sentient pain engines which boast inhuman resilience and are fitted with an armory of advanced weapons such as Drukhari haywire blasters that bypass armor plating to directly disable tanks, providing easy access to the terrified occupants. So it's Drukhari. It's oh fuck me.
Anti-Drukhari.
It's anti-vehicle 4+.
Yeah.
Devastating wounds. Twin linked. Okay.
So
So what that means is he's got 2 attacks, Joe. Right.
good.
Hits on 4s. At the moment.
Currently hit on
Cool.
4s, yeah.
Right. So it's strength 3, but against a vehicle, it automatically creates a critical wound on a 4+ to wound, and twin link means you can re-roll wounds. But if you do a 4+ to wound against a vehicle, it triggers a critical wound, which is a devastating wound, and you just do flat 3 mortal wounds.
That's mad.
It's all right because the addition's less lethal and vehicles are more survivable.
Yeah, but so you could take 9. Right, that's really, really good.
I know.
But
And you can use your power from pain tokens in the shooting phase to reroll hit rolls. Remember?
oh yeah,
You can reroll hit rolls at your
you
4+.
you just take 3. You just take 9 Talos, and so right. I've got a major problem with 10th edition now. Right,
Okay.
so you're never going to see vehicles in the game
Why not?
because Games Workshop.
I'm building a night army. Don't tell me this.
Games Workshop, quote unquote, vehicles are tougher now. It doesn't matter when all anti-vehicle weapons wound on a 4+
And do devastating wounds.
and do devastating wound.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid.
A fearsome facet of Drukhari society are the witch cults, Joe's favourite.
My faves.
Arena combatants who make a spectacle of slaughter up close and personal with their foes. Lilith Hesperex is Hesperex, all right, who cares?
Wow,
is an
she's the best
exemplar of the art of murder who uses humble knives, the better to showcase her personal skill as she tears apart entire squads of hapless infantry.
Right. Before we look at the rules of her, right,
You've wanted to use Lilith forever.
Lilith is my favourite Eldar character of all time
Yeah.
by miles. In 7th edition, she was a machine. Like, she would just straight murder everyone.
Yeah.
Loved her. In 8th edition,
Okay.
new codex, terrible. You can make a like she's just terrible. In,
Every custom succubus you make is basically better than Lilith.
yeah, and cheaper.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
Right,
Lilith Blades. Anti-infantry 2+.
we're on to a win.
Sustained hits 2+ means that 6 is to hit because she currently doesn't have any other rule that increases her critical hits. Critical hits score 2 additional hits.
So, and you could put. So she wounds all infantry on 2s.
Yes.
That's very good. And
8 attacks base,
which you can give her 4 rerolls on with exploding 6s.
which will get to 2 additional hits from exploding sixes.
Yeah.
Weapon skill 2+, strength 3, AP -2, 1 damage. So if you get 2 6s in that and you hit with everything else,
That's 12 hits.
12 hits that wound infantry on 2+s at -2.
That's quite good.
It's not bad. It feels quite narrative because it's 1 damage and it's knives.
What,
I mean, they probably make
what's
Reaver
the-
knives look terrible.
Right. So she's. I still think she needs to be damaged because she is like she's supposed to be able to just one-on-one loads and loads of people, right?
Yeah, well, she can't with that.
She can't. That's her current problem at the moment.
Yeah.
She can't take on a character.
No.
She's supposed to be like.
I mean, you've got more like with a potential like 10 to 12. If you put reroll hits on her and fish for 6s.
So currently, she's better because currently she cannot kill the Space Marine captain.
Yeah.
Those rules, you might be able to kill a Space Marine captain.
Yeah.
I think she might be able to do it with those rules. Obviously, we don't know the rest of her stat line, but let's be honest. I'll run it regardless. I think my goal for 10th edition is just to play it and have fun.
Once per battle, Lilith can put on a thrilling spectacle, which increases the number of attacks she makes to 12 and increases her invulnerable save to a 3+, turning her into a living blender of untouchable blades.
Oh, in that case, she's incredible.
It's once per battle, Jay.
I know, but you were like, I want to straight murder this one person, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah, so she's not the worst.
She's
quite
good.
cool.
All right, so what's the rule that means you can target characters in
Precision.
precision?
You think she should have precision?
Well, yeah, because she's right. So you got a Space Marine captain or a chaplain
Yeah.
or a librarian
Yeah.
or an apothecary in a unit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's her target.
Yeah.
If they're in a unit of 10 or 5 Terminators. She's got to get through them first to
Yep.
get to him.
She probably, if she had precision though, she'd be an incredible assassin.
Yeah, but that's what she should be.
Stratagem Spotlight. While Drukhari compete amongst themselves to prove their superiority, the Real Space Raiders detachment offers tools for those who put their antagonism aside out of enlightened self-interest. The Alliance of Agony stratagem allows an Archon, a Succubus, and a Homunculus to all benefit from the same pain token. Well, that's a bargain. Start of any phase,
That's
select,
really good.
select an Argon, a Succubus, and a Homunculus. Discard 1 pain token from your pain token pool. Until the end of the phase, all 3 models are empowered. You can only use a stratagem if you are able to select all 3 of the target models stated above.
Scroll up.
What?
Oh, you can't see if she's... Because she is a succubus.
I
So
mean,
if she's got the keyword succubus,
yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah. The word from the studio, we don't read this anymore because they're boring. What do you think?
are evil.
What do you think, Jay?
I mean, Talos have got a bit of a glow up, haven't they? Especially if you think Scourge. If that's the same profile, I imagine it'll be 1 shot instead of 2.
Yeah.
Because you can put haywire blasters on Scourges.
You can currently, yeah. So there must be a haywire form of rule for them as well. I'm already thinking about Harlequin's bikes. They got to be similar. They got to be similar. They can't be too dissimilar. They'll be
Because
wounding.
it's 6 in a unit.
Yeah. You get 6.
That's 12 shots.
If it's the same, it's
If it's
12
the
shots
same-
that wounds on 4 pluses to do 3 mortal wounds. That means you could take 3 units of 6. It means you could take 18 haywire shots.
I just think...
No, it means you take... It's not 18, is it? It's more than that. It's 18 bikes. That's double that for shots. There's 36 haywire shots if you take Harlequin bikers.
So again, we're going to end up in an edition where there's no vehicles in it.
I'm building a Knights Army, Joe. I'm running vehicles no matter what. Just because you're not going to take them, because you're some kind of
Well, no, I
loser.
play Guard and Drukhari and have to take vehicles.
In the meantime,
Otherwise the army
thank
doesn't
you,
work.
Tyler, for the gifted 5. You're a hero. Thank you, Nordos, for the gifted 1. You're also a hero. I just turned your microphone back on.
Sorry.
And thank you so much, Aria Valentine, for becoming a new member at Hasir tier. Get yourself in Discord, !Discord, come and join us. You guys are all amazing. Don't forget, you can still interrupt us or Joe mid-speech. James, thank you for the 5. Don't care what happens with Dark Elder. I just want observed Asdrubile. Did I say that right? Asdrubile? Asdrubile Vect and his party bus back.
That'd be amazing.
Vect would be cool.
I'd love to see Vect in the game.
If they're going to bring him back, though, they won't do it with index cards. They'll do it with a codex.
It's really funny. So when they bought Abaddon in and like Gilliman in like 9th edition, they made them all Supreme Commanders, didn't they? And they're like, because they brought the Supreme Commander rule in, and they're like every faction getting a Supreme Commander, and whoever you imagine would be a Supreme Commander, let's be honest, they're probably going to get a model. And they said that 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Not every faction.
If they do bring him back, it will be in the Drukhari release with the codex.
Yeah.
But let's face it, they've still got a lot of old shitty models, haven't they? Like Mandrakes.
Yeah.
Mandrakes need a new model set.
Mandrakes, Grotesques, because Grotesques you can run 30 in army. There's 1 fine class model. They're all running along like that.
Does Games Workshop revamp each army 1 by 1, or do they revamp the problem army at the time?
What they do is they just throw a dart at a board.
Yeah. They don't even throw a dart. They throw some soggy toilet paper.
Yeah.
And sometimes it sticks and sometimes it slips down to another part.
And then like what it is, there's like 40 like post-it notes, and they're all like new model, and then in the corner on like a tiny like sliver of I don't know. Right.
Shall we circle back?
Come on,
Joe?
keep going, Joe. Come on, keep
Tiny
going.
little bit of paper. That's
You're running
really,
out of
really
steam.
small.
You got it. Come on.
Right, I tried to think.
He
of
hasn't
something
opened his
that's
monster
really
yet, chat. All
small.
right.
Basically, it'd be like revamp model people want, and then it's just all new model.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So what you're saying is, in the dartboard, the 20 says what everyone else wants, and every other part of the dartboard says something that people don't want.
Space Marine Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what Triple 20 is Space Marine. Bullseye is Space Marine Lieutenant.
Yeah.
And that's the bit they don't hit. Poof. Oh, okay. Okay, right, cool. Beautiful. That's Drukhari. Thank you to all our new members. If you've become a new member, if you've got gifted a new member, ! Discord in the chat. Come and hang out in the Great Hall. I guarantee you that once you're in there, you're going to want to stay in there. But also, click that join button if you've been gifted one. You can upgrade to Jarl for £4 and you get yourself in the Jarl's only giveaway each month as well. You can't be in it.
Oh, I want a Drukhari box.
Well, yeah, but
Alistar
Can I be in it?
says there is a challenge strat in the core rules.
Is there? Have we been shown that yet, or is this from a leak? Because if it's from a leak, let's stop talking about that right now.
I don't know.
Let's stop talking about that right now.
We'll go see what Valrex says.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So I think the army rule looks okay, but it looks weaker than a lot of other stuff. No, I don't think it's. I don't know if it's toilet.
Right, no, the problem is you've got, if you compare it to Eldar,
okay,
it's just bad.
I mean, it's
you can do it on one of two things. One of them you're never going to take. You're never going to use it on advanced and charge.
I reckon you will see people use it on advanced and charge.
Yeah, in moments of sheer desperation. Because, right, so how Drukhari work is that you use your vehicles to get yourself into position to set up for your charges. So you're never going to put yourself in a position where you have to make.
Do you know where they've missed a trick for me? Right, at the start of any phase, you can expend a pain token. So if you expend a pain token in the movement phase to reroll your advanced rolls, right, you do that at the start of the phase.
Yeah.
So you don't yet know what you've rolled. Right, so you didn't roll a 6 advance. That's a waste of a pain token. You don't have a lot of them. You've wasted a pain token. Okay. Yeah. What I feel like is at the start of, I reckon, here's where I would have done it. In the command phase, pick a unit, they become empowered. They can reroll advance and charge rolls, and they can reroll hit rolls. Because you've got so few tokens that it's not that broken. No. Right?
Or they go, I'd rather it said, this unit can advance and charge.
Yeah. Which they might have that, though. Some things might have that. Yeah. Like witches might have that ability.
If a unit can advance and charge, re-rolling advance rolls is okay then.
Yeah, but you would still rather spend that one token to reroll charge rolls because it's the start of the phase. So you still don't get both. You'll never. So I disagree. You'll never see this version of it. All I think is you'll never see the advanced version of it. You'll only ever see the charge roll version of it.
If it was all your units got to re-roll charges.
Yeah. But
you either get to re-roll all your charges, and then the other one is just you can re.
If a unit has inbuilt reroll charges, maybe you'll see it on reroll advance if they've also got advance and charge. I just don't see you using it at reroll advances ever in the Drukhari. But everything else, it looks okay. I feel like it looks like an average rule set. It looks like someone who was writing Drukhari, with the exception perhaps of Talos, got the memo about calming armies down a little bit, and the person who wrote the Eldar book didn't get that memo.
They just tend to go like hard in the opposite direction every time. This army was really broken, so let's just slam the brakes on it and go a bit in reverse. This army's a bit bad, like we'll just go full turbo on it.
Yeah, okay.
Silly.
Right, we do have another faction focus though, Joe.
The GSC.
Wrong one. And I want to get your opinion on this one. Are you excited for this one?
I am. What I want it to be is the aesthetic I really like about the army is like the models are beautiful. I like its playstyle. I just want it to be much less complicated.
Yeah.
Because my brain no works so good.
Crumpets Panda, he got the memo. He upgraded to Jarl.
What y'all talking about?
Which means he can access the Jarl's only giveaway. What a hero. Y'all ready for this? Anyway, we have another faction focus to talk to, then we're just going to mumble for as long as you guys keep us busy with memberships and super chats. So let's get through Gene Stealer Cults. Ready for the magic, Joe? There you go. You're back up in the corner. Look at that.
Oh. We're living in the future. We really are.
And a big shout out also and a welcome to Kirioth TV, who's just joined in, who's a legend, who has his own channel. Check out Kirioth TV as well, guys, because he's a lovely guy.
On a side note, I want that Magos model.
What Magos model?
The one in the artwork, he looks like some like Age of Sigmar Empire looking guy with like the ruffled arms, and he's got like, although that hat not great for walking through doors, is it? Let's be honest. You'll catch it on the
faction focus G to the Cults. I've skimmed this already. Right, the word from the studio shows witches have advanced and charged stratagem. Says Face Daydreamer. Thanks for the 5, man. You're a hero. Okay, so witches have a stratagem to advance and charge.
In that case, that's not bad.
But you're still going to use it on the reroll charges. You're not going to use it on the advance. Because you can't. Because it's one token to reroll advance, one token to reroll charges.
I feel like it was supposed to be army wide.
Maybe.
Because you're like, this turn, I want all my units to advance.
Heralds of the Star Children, Joe. We've seen how the Space Marines and Astra Militarum and the Adeptus Sororitas and the Adeptus Custodes are going to play in the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. After learning about the Oppressors, it's now time for the Genocide Occults to crawl out of the shadows for their day of ascension. Get ready to start the rebellion. I really want to have your face on big screen for this, but we showcase because this is right. Overview. The Genocide Occults combine cunning, fantasism, and monstrous alien horror. Numberless hordes of neophyte hybrids burst from sewers, mine workings, and rusted conduits to overwhelm their enemies. Fast-moving Atellan jackals and Achilles Ridge Runners outflank foes while Sanctus assassins take out key targets. Twisted Abominants and Aberrants smash through the toughest enemy defences as the Kelemorph starts blasting with its Liberator auto stubs. The Genocide Occults also have a number of extra tricks up their grubby sleeves for the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. Faction rules.
Love a bomb.
Cult Ambush return as the Genocide Occult's army rule, but with some major changes. Every Genocide Occult infantry unit now has a deep strike core ability, so most of your army can already show up where your enemy least expects it. Instead, Cult Ambush allows you to martyr your squads for the rebellion and then call in identical reinforcements inspired by a sacrifice. Joe, listen to this, right? Cult Ambush. If your army faction is Genocide Occults, each time a unit with this ability is destroyed, roll 1d6, adding 3 to the result if it is battle line. On a 4+, that unit is placed into Cult Ambush, and you can place 1 Cult Ambush marker anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches horizontally away from all enemy models. If an enemy model, excluding aircraft, ends any kind of move within 9 inches of Cult Ambush marker you place, then that Cult Ambush marker is removed from the battlefield. At the end of the reinforcement step of your opponent's next movement phase, for each of your Cult Ambush markers that is still on the battlefield, you can select 1 unit from your army that is in Cult Ambush and set that destroyed unit back up on the battlefield using the Deep Strike ability, containing all of its models with their full wounds remaining and with at least one of those models touching that Cult Ambush marker. The Cult Ambush marker is then removed from the battlefield. Characters that are attached to this ability are not returned alongside that unit should it return to the battlefield as described above. Only the bodyguard unit returns. Okay. Which means perpetually respawning units.
That's fucking mental.
Now, the couple of things I'll bring into this, right? Normal units are a 4+, battle line are adding 3.
A 1+.
They just do it. Battle line just come back. It's +3. They just come back.
That's mad.
So if you roll a 1, +3 is 4. Battle line, you don't roll for battle line. They come back no matter what, right?
That's insane.
Once it's killed, you put your unit to one side. You take your token and you put your token on the table more than 9 inches away from enemy models. Now you're going to want to be a lot more than 9 inches away from enemy models.
Deployment zone,
because if an enemy, the one thing you can do is you can tempt an enemy unit to move towards it. So what you could do is you could use your token, knowing you won't be able to bring the unit back, to bait an enemy unit into the back corner.
Because they come in after your opponent's movement phase.
Yeah. So the reason why you can use them as a tempting is because your opponent, if he moves within range of it, it's then removed from the table, and then you can't bring that unit back basically because you've not got enough tokens to bring every unit back.
I suppose.
So then, the other thing that people seem to be missing that I've seen so far is that you set them up in the reinforcement step of your opponent's next movement phase. So although it is pretty strong, you do set them up just before your opponent's shooting phase.
So what you can do is turn them into a blocker unit.
So what some people have missed is that particular part. You don't put them in your reinforcement step and then you get to shoot with them before they get hampered. You do it at the end of your opponent's movement phase, and then they will get a chance to shoot at you and charge you and all that kind of stuff.
It's 1 unit, so in the best version of this is 5. You'll get 5 units back.
Potentially. But you spam battle line units, mate. They're all coming back every time.
So, does it say 1 unit? You pick a unit, or is it for every token, or is it?
What do you mean?
So do you get to bring 1 unit back a turn?
At the end of the reinforcement step of your opponent's next movement phase, for each of your Cult Ambush markers that is still on the battlefield. Yeah, so if you have 10 objective markers on the battlefield and your opponent has moved within range of none of them, and you've got 10 units in Cult Ambush, which you will have because you've got 10 markers on, because you only put a marker on if one's in Cult Ambush, they all come back on.
That's so stupid.
It's narrative as fuck, but Jesus Christ.
The only way that you can counter this is the units are just dog shit.
Well,
because obviously, if you've still got 20-man units with those stupid fucking Roxor things in that just murder things, right?
Yeah.
Like, just those infinitely respawning is mad.
Crumpets Banner said, I would assume a 1 always fails. If that was the case, they would just +2 to the roll. They wouldn't +3 to it. They would just add 3 to the result here. So battle line automatically comes back, right? And they've got better reanimation than Necrons, basically.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's very narrative. It does say here as well, the ambush markers need to be 32mm for core ambush markers.
The thing is, I like their shooting ability on their units is pretty bad.
Currently, who knows? Currently it is. They could be better. That seems mental. It seems bonkers.
Well, that includes vehicles as
Everything,
well.
Everything, Joe. Or a G-Stud cult unit. Everything. Simplified, remember? Not simple.
I feel like I don't think Games Workshop's thought about this.
I mean, I don't think they've thought about a lot of things, Joe. This is definitely one of those ones where I don't think they've thought about it. G-Stud cult players are currently doing love wheeze everywhere. Let's be honest. Pause. Big shout out Kiroth TV for gifting 5 of the finest Liam Dempsey memberships. Man, you're a hero. Thank you.
So,
love you.
I would. So they need to start selling Acolyte hybrids in 10s. Because if you can just spam Acolyte hybrid units in 5s.
This is especially great for your battle line units. Neophyte hybrids and Acolyte hybrids, these both have objective control too, so after they've been destroyed, you can reliably bring them back to claim an objective marker deep in enemy territory, or just aim their guns and claws at a key enemy unit. Here's the other thing, right? If you're clever with your tokens, in your opponent's movement phase, you drop them on an objective that you don't hold miles away from your opponent, but because it's the end of your opponent's movement phase, in your next command phase, you then hold that objective.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's going to keep forcing if your opponent's running a really small model count, you imagine playing against knights, right?
Love you too, John.
Like versus knights, like they'd be like, "We can't stop you."
No, well,
Custodes.
When your forces arrive as reinforcements, whether by deep strike to strategic res or through cult ambush, you'll also get to use the Ascension Day detachment rule. They came from below. So they get a rule when this happens as well, apparently.
Oh, good.
Each time a G-Stud cult unit from your army is set up on the battlefield as reinforcements, until the end of your next fight phase, weapons equipped by models like unit have the sustained 1, hits 1, and ignores cover ability. So you rock up in your opponent's turn, and when they charge you, all your melee weapons have exploding 6s, and ignores cover doesn't matter. But then in your next shooting phase, you'll also have exploding 6s and ignores cover. I saw this earlier and I couldn't wait for your reaction. That sustained hits 1 ability applies to scavenge guns and mutant blades alike, helping you bring down anything standing in the way of the glorious revolution. On top of that, you can still include Astra Militarum units in your army as Brood Brothers. This represents the cult seeding its tendrils into the ranks of the planet's military forces, influencing those troops is to recant their oaths to the God Emperor and throw it in their lot with the Patriarch. Army rule. Brood Brothers, if your army faction is Genius of the Cult, so you can include Astra Retirement units in your army, even though they do not have the Genius of the Cult faction keyword. The combined points cost of Astra Retirement units you can include in your army depends on the battle size as follows. No Astra Retirement model in your army can be your Warlord. They cannot be given enhancements. You cannot include units with the following keywords in your army. Using these rules, Epic Hero, Ogren, Ratlin, Tempestus, Commissar, Regimental Preacher, Regimental Agency, Mutual Services, Aircraft. Now,
Tilting, Kursakin.
But they don't. So they won't have the keyword required for this. They won't have cult ambush keyword, so you can't bring them back. So every single one of those you buy, you're only buying 1, whereas for Genius of the Cults, everyone you're buying multiple of them.
You could take basilisks.
You could take basilisks. You're right, Joe. Alas, the no epic heroes condition means you can't hypnotize or infect characters like Lord Polar,
Yeah.
But you can still add extra tactical options to your army, such as Leman Russ tanks, field ordnance batteries, or death strikes. We've already seen that you can bring your neophyte hybrids back from the dead. Now let's take a look at the data sheet of the unit that makes the majority of the Genius of the Cults. 6-inch move, toughness 3, save 5 up, 1 wound, 7 up, leadership, 2, objective control 2. That's kind of expected.
Yeah.
Cult ambush, a plan generation to the making. At the start of your command phase, roll 1d6 for each objective marker you control that has 1 or more units from your army with this ability within range of it. If 1 or more of the results is a flaws, you gain a CP. Cool. That's cool.
That's on every single one of their units.
Yeah, neophyte hybrids.
That's...
In the reinforcement step of your movement phase, you can return up to 3 destroyed models of the Bearers unit. If the Bearers unit is in the range of objectives marker, you can return D3 plus 3 destroyed models to the cult instead. This ability cannot be used to return destroyed character models to the attack. They are flat more survivable than G's of the Cults.
Necron.
Necron, sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna go for an angry wee. Leaving now, people. I'm sick of this place.
They're all hitting on 4s on the whole. Seismic cannons, a heavy weapon, rapid fire 2. Oh, that's a bit good. Mining lasers, a heavy weapon, hits on 5s. Strength. Fucking hell. Oh dear, oh dear. Devastating wounds on a Weber. D6 shots, strength 2. Okay, strength 2.
I need in on Games Workshop stash. They are proper bonkers. I give up. 10th is going to be wild.
It is gonna be the Wild West, Kyle. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. I'm waiting for James's to pop up as well as Joe goes for his angry wee.
Fast attack units like jet bikes or outriders are going to be clutch in removing those tokens, especially as they just need to within 9 inches of them. Fly and a move over 14 inches is going to ruin GSC.
Yeah, I think on the whole, James, I think people just are going to need to have fast units in their army in this game in general, and we've kind of needed them anyway because of things like objective markers, right? Objectives being a core principle and a core concept of 8th and 9th edition. So you're still going to need those fast units, and I think you're right. Like, if anyone doesn't take a unit that can move more than 6 inches and they pull GC the Colts, they're in trouble. So we had a couple of super chats, Joe.
Okay.
That were read out. Kai said, I need in on Games Workshop stash. They are proper bonkers. I give up 10th is going to be wild. I said it is going to be wild.
It's going to be insane.
Obviously, he says fast attack units like jet bikes or outriders are going to be clutch in removing those tokens, especially as they just need to be within 9 inches of them. Fly and a move over 14 inches is going to ruin GSA 100%. So, like,
does that include? Did it say planes?
No, it excludes aircraft. If I remember rightly, it's the one it does in fact exclude, excluding aircraft. So, like, Eldar jet bikes and things like that will laugh at GC the Colts.
Yeah.
So you know how we already think Eldar are quite strong. This other army that we now think is crazy strong, Eldar straight fuck.
So the thing is that these units are either going to be ridiculously cheap, like dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Because none of those guns, apart from the heavy mining laser.
So the heavy mining laser,
like none of them got an AP.
The seismic cannon doesn't look bad. Bear in mind these are too heavy as well, so they stand until they hit on 4s. They're not bad. The torrent weapon is devastating wounds, so 6 is to wounds just as a mortal wound instead. They're not bad weapons.
They're just a bit of a chaff unit, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're guardsmen with slightly better options, I think,
Yeah,
if I'm honest with you.
Thing is, though, it's objecting, holding, having models on the table. Because what's going to happen now is that your opponent is
Smelly.
is going to have to leave models alive in the unit, aren't they?
As though Colt at well, no, because now if you leave models alive in unit, they just
come
return
back.
D3 plus 3 if they're on an objective like Necrons.
Because it's
They reanimate better than Necrons do.
yeah, because holding objectives and being on the table is the most important thing in the game. Let's go.
So,
right?
this army, this neophyte hybrids are flat better than Necrons. They just always return 3, whereas Necrons always return D3. If they're a range of an objective marker, they both return D3 plus 3. But if you destroy the unit Necron warriors, they're gone.
Yeah.
If you destroy the unit of hybrids, they come back automatically because they're battle line. Battle line.
So would that mean that neophyte hybrids would be higher points because you can bring the unit back infinite times?
I would, because of how good Gauss Slayers are, I reckon Necrons will be more points. I would put money on warriors being more points. Because it's the crazy world Games Workshop lives in.
Yeah.
As though cult ambush recycling whole squads isn't bad enough, a cult icon can inspire replacements for destroyed models with each unit. If enemy tacticians think they can avoid triggering cult ambush by simply mauling or ignoring your troops rather than destroying them, they're sorely mistaken. Meanwhile, you could put the squad in a Goliath truck to take advantage of a firing deck 12 ability. If the neophyte hybrids are at the core of the army, then the Patriarch is its alpha predator. This alien vector for genetic infection is a demigod to its followers, and when the day of ascension arrives, they're at the forefront of the fighting. 8-inch move.
Good.
Toughness 5.
Good.
4-up save. 6 wounds, leadership 6+, objective control 1. Patriot's claws, devastating wounds, which means on a 6 to wound or on a critical wound, it triggers mortal wounds instead of damage.
Yeah.
Twin links, you reroll all wounds. With 5 attacks hitting on 2s at strength 6 -2, 2 damage. So you just fish for 2 mortal wounds each time.
He is good, isn't he?
Deep Strike, Infiltrators, and Leader, which means he can join a unit. While this model is leading a unit, melee weapons in that unit have devastating wounds, assuming he can join Pure Strain, I would guess. And that's just a guess. Cosmic Horror. At the start of the fight phase, select an enemy within 6 inches, they must take a battle shock test. Once per battle at the start of the fight phase, this model can use its familiar. If it does, until the end of the phase, double the range of its Cosmic Horror ability. Right? That's an aura, by the way. Everything within 6 takes battle shock. You use that familiar, everything within 12 takes battle shock at the start of the fight phase.
Isn't it?
He has a 4+ invulnerable save, and he's an epic hero, so you can take one of them.
Good.
He's really good.
The thing is, I love Gene Stealers, as we know, and I love Patriarchs, well, Broodlords. So he's actually as good as he's in 8th edition rules.
I also love the fact that everything that we're reading currently is more survivable than Death Guard. Someone here has already said it as well. Death Guard are so fucked they'll have to run bloat drones. Also, Grey Knights clap them. Yeah, they are. House Corvus Necron is losing all identity. Weapon Spotlight. Oh no, hang on. Attach the fearsome creature to a unit of pure sage. There you go. To grant them the devastating wounds ability, making it even easier to slice your way through enemies.
So Gene Stealers currently have 4 attacks each.
So if we assume they stay the same and you put them on a unit of 5, he's going to have another 20 attacks that will have devastating wounds.
No, you put me at 10. If you're giving if you want 40 attacks.
Well, it depends what the unit sizes are, but yeah. If you can still take 10, you put them in a unit 10, they get 40 attacks with possible devastating wounds, plus his devastating wounds. Yeah. Not forgetting, it's not like 9th edition where it caps at 6 mortal wounds or it caps at... It just does more wounds.
They're just striking scorpions then, in that case.
Basically.
Yeah.
The Gene Syndicate have a wide range of weaponry, from the mining tools employed by Acolyte Hybrids and the improvised weapons clutched by the Aberrants to the deadly blades of the Locust. If you prefer something a little more underhand, there are the various bombs of the Reductor Saboteur. It turns out that with enough tinkering, almost anything can become an explosive device. One shot, Assault Blast, Demolition Charges. Assault D6 plus 3, hits on 2, Strength 12 minus 2, 2 damage. Okay, that seems alright. Weapon ability. The Barrack only shoots weapon once per battle. Remote explosives, blast, indirect fire. D6 plus 3, strength, hitting on 3s, strength 5. It doesn't seem... It's alright. I'm glad that's one shot.
Yeah, that's really good as a one shot, but then its main ability is just a bit meh.
Yeah. Use those demolition charges to take out the single high toughness target, apart from it won't because it's just 2 damage. And the remote explosive to bomb enemy hordes wherever they hide. Hopefully you won't blow off half your face like the Reductor Saboteur. That's fine for the shooting phase, but what if you prefer getting up close and personal? Well, how about a hammer? It's called a Warhammer, after all. A power sledgehammer. So it's not called a Warhammer, it's called a sledgehammer. It's called Warhammer, after all. Melee. 3 attacks, hit on 3, strength 12, minus 2, d6 plus 1. It's the last cannon in melee.
It's the last cannon in melee. It's only 3 attacks. You'd think that big thick daddy would have more than 3 attacks.
I think at that profile, 3 is probably okay.
Yeah.
The old saying states when you have a hammer, you'll see all problems as nails. Well, the Abominant doesn't see problems or nails, just smashes bones and twisted metal after it's hit them with a power sledgehammer. Stratagem Spotlight. With the old crossfire ability is no longer an army rule, there are still benefits to doubling up your units and catching unfortunate enemies in coordinated trap. At the start of your shooting phase or fight phase, 2 GSC units from your army that have not been selected to shoot or fight this phase, and 1 enemy unit. At the end of the phase, each time a model in either of those units makes an attack, it can only target that enemy unit, and when resolving that attack, add 1 to the wound roll. That's good.
That's really good.
That's good. Use this on a couple of nearfight hybrid squads in the shooting phase to gun down your foe in a hail of hybrid firearms, heavy stabbers and seismic cannons. Alternatively, use it on a pair of hybrid metamorph squads to tear through an enemy unit with a pincer movement of metamorph mutations. As we've seen, your squads are already dangerous enough when they arrive on the battlefield, but these tunnel crawlers can be even more troublesome if they pop up right next to a target unit. So in your movement phase, a GSC unit from your army that is arriving using Deep Strike this phase, your unit can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that's more than 3 inches away from enemy models. A unit targeted by the stratagem is not able to declare a charge. It's very good.
Well, that's what they can currently do that now and before. But so before it was a stratagem, you could turn up anywhere within 3 and can't charge. What that stratagem does now, but that currently in 9th edition, you have to pay points for the unit. So that is much better and versatile.
Why that's so good, people, if someone's just within 3 inches of an objective marker, you can take a unit that's coming in via Deep Strike, remembering that everything's got Deep Strike now.
Yeah.
And GC and you can dump enough objective control on an objective within 3 inches of that enemy unit and just take the objective. You do it at the end of your movement phase, granted, and then your opponent. So then at the end of your movement phase, you then do your turn and you get to do some shooting stuff. And then your opponent's command phase, well, they don't hold the objective anymore. You do now. That's why that's so good. Yeah. Whether you're sneaking onto an objective your opponent thought they had guarded, there you go. Getting up close for a point blank salvo or simply forcing an enemy to deal with an unexpected blockade is a perfect stratagem for giving your opponent a surprise on what you get.
The GSC sounds like playing modern insurgents. Very fragile, but perkier than mosquitoes at a nudist colony.
Thanks, Neil, for that. And then some more words from the studio, which actually isn't the studio. It's just the Warhammer community page writing words and putting someone's name to it. Right, there we go. That says done, Joe. That's all your rules. Are you more excited about your Drukhari or your Genius of the Cults? Which army now do you want to do first, Joe?
I want to do both. I really want to do both.
So remembering, okay, we've got some super chats. I'm going to read these quickly before you decide. Fate Sage Ruben says, cool thing is that the marker is not tied to a specific cult unit, correct? So although you've got a cult unit
you
reserve,
can pick and choose.
yeah, you can pick and choose. Also, you get to queue up cult ambush units. You do, yeah.
So
if you lose a marker,
yeah.
if you've got, so let's say you've got 4 cult ambush units in cult ambush. You've got 4 markers on the table, right? And then your opponent moves within range of an objective marker. Although you lose an objective marker, you don't lose one of those units. So although you can't deploy all 4 of them now because you've only got 3 tokens, you can pick and choose and you can queue them up and get them ready.
I want to do them both. They're both incredibly Joe Stealer cults.
Joe Stealer cults is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Well, then I kind of have to do them, though, don't I?
Nothing to do with the rules, Joe, right?
Yeah, I think they're both incredibly fragile technical armies.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why I really like Drukhari, because
Are they that fragile when they can just keep coming back? Does that still make them fragile? Yes, they're toughness 3. Yes, they have a 4 or 5 up save. But if they are battle line and automatically coming back every single turn, are they that fragile?
the biggest risk that you run with this rule, right, is if your opponent just steamrolls you and knocks out 70% of your units turn 1, you're going to really struggle to get them back on the table.
Well, like James said, if you like Eldar lists with things like Shining Spears and Windrider jet bikes, Custodians jet bikes, Outriders, assuming all these things are going to be pretty quick. So Knights, assuming Knights keep things like 8 armigers, I think they're 12-inch moves or something, aren't they? Right, they are probably going to cause the cult player a problem simply because you only have to get within 9 inches of the token to get rid of the token.
Yeah. I mean, Genes to the Cults would be awesome to add to the channel.
Genes to the Cults would be awesome to add to the channel, but it's a lot of work. We can do it.
There are a lot of models. Though.
Once the World Eaters are finished, I'll buy you Genes to the Cults.
There's a lot of World Eaters. Can we not just do what we normally do and just push one army back and leapfrog it with a new army?
No, we've done that a lot, Joe. That's why your garage is full of stuff. Curious, I think Joe's response sums up the hobby in general at the moment. What do you want to do? All of it.
All of it. I just want to do all of the things. I'll start the World Eaters tonight, and then
This is the thing about 10th though that I am finding is I know we're taking the piss about it's simplified, not simple, and there's less rerolls, and we're taking the piss about less lethality, etc. But everyone just seems so excited about things like I want to do this and I want to do this, and every time there's a new reveal comes out, by the end of the week, people want to do a different army.
they have done a really good job of
fucking it up.
mixing the units up a bit, like mixing the armies up,
Yeah.
changing the army rules.
Yeah,
So the army's kind of the same, but works very different.
yeah.
I like that about like the
Show needs to join the greater good and just run all big battle suits. Minimum 14 inches move, tough and very shooting, hopefully keeping the 3d6 plasma flamer. What's not to
You
like?
don't know that, James, because you haven't seen the rules for it. You don't know it's a minimum 14-inch move with a 3d6 plasma flamer and very tough. You don't know that yet. So
I feel it's just wish listing.
it is wish
You've
listing,
got to
yeah.
say it as well. Whenever someone says the greater good, you've
Yeah.
got to say the greater good.
Yeah.
So you've got to
Yeah, but this isn't a normal
the greater good.
Wednesday, Friday night stream.
I set loose up when the Tau reveal came out that every time the Tau rule was said, the greater good,
The greater good.
she would do that full stream. By the end of it, even I thought it was a bad idea.
I would like to do Tau, but I don't want to do the battlesuit army.
I want to do big battle suits.
I want to do.
If we come up with a paint scheme that we can both paint, Joe,
I want to do.
then my stuff still won't
the
get done.
Fish of Fury. Devil. I want Devilfish with fire teams in it and hammerheads and stealth suits.
Yeah.
That's what I want in my army.
Yeah.
That's how Tau should be.
I've got to add Kirios 5 gifted to the total, Joe. Because I forgot to do that because he super chatted during the reading of the thingy.
Oh, I think I want to do Drukhari, and I want to do Genes to the Cult. There's less models to paint in Drukhari.
You want to do everything, Joe.
I really want to do Night Lords as well.
Is Gene Stealer
Cults.
cults? Are they making their own men
What?
because they're stealing genes, genetics?
No, they morph people basically.
So what they do is they find a person and they implant them with a
with their seed.
with a seed.
Oh, I say.
Yeah.
Right, basically, what that person does
There's only one way in.
is they go off, and then they meet someone else.
You can't see this, but he's walking bottles and cans
across the table like that. And then this person who's been implanted
Okay.
meets a lady or a man.
Oh, is this
And
the
they-
sex talk? Are they the sex talk
Yeah.
brigade? I
And then
see.
they
Lucky Tamsin! Look at that! Is that how it goes down in the Joe household?
done.
One and done.
Yeah. And then they have a baby,
Yeah.
and that baby
Where does the baby come out, Joe?
of the lady.
Butt, at the butt.
Out the butt.
She poops it out.
That's what our eldest says.
And then
when I came out your butt.
yeah. So then basically that baby is ugly as fuck.
Ah.
So they throw it
Okay.
in the sewers to live with all the other ugly babies.
You've been
And
used to
then-
that. It's Coventry, basically.
Yeah.
Shut
So
up.
and then what happens is that and then that ugly baby goes and meets another ugly baby, but they're both aliens at this point.
Right.
They're controlled by the original alien that landed on the planet.
Okay.
And then all the ugly babies get together, have an orgy, and
Okay.
then they have lots of slightly less ugly babies. So like the first time they come out, they've got like an extra arm and half an extra head and a tail, and the next one's got much less of that.
Okay.
And then the much less ugly babies all get together, and then they have babies that look just like real people,
I see.
right?
Okay.
And then they send these real looking babies off
Okay.
into society,
Ah.
and then they like take over the planet. So they'll get
Like an
jobs.
infection.
Yeah, so they'll take
Okay.
over. They'll become politicians and police, and they'll join
I
the army.
see.
And then after, like,
Okay.
5 or 6 generations, they've essentially taken over the planet. So when the
Okay.
Tyranids come along,
Right.
they're basically already in control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a very long-term plan then.
Yeah, it's literally it's like the plan generations in the making. It's
Okay.
because it literally takes like 100 years.
But it was just think about the fact that politicians are ugly alien babies, and then think about modern day. And
Well, they
it's
only
pretty
get 4
accurate.
years in the seat, so I mean
And
that's some
yeah,
confidence.
but they've got like generations of ugly babies to fill the seats, didn't they?
Yeah, true, true.
And
Like Coventry.
yeah, and then
Shut
when
up!
and then when the hive ships, the alien ships turn up, they rise up and take over the planet and start
Yeah.
And
to
we'll
fight and
rise
kill the
up.
non ugly baby people.
Right. Okay. Okay.
That's Joe's simplified
So
version.
glad I asked.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, I need a whiteboard so I can draw it out.
It would be actually quite
Yeah.
helpful. I have a
You
whiteboard
haven't.
here, Joe.
Yeah.
You've not actually been sat here yet whilst they've asked Lucy to do a 60-second short.
No, please don't, because I can't. It's a test environment, and I can't do it.
You could do one on what Jonathan Richards just said, the Coventry babies.
No. So what they do is
No.
they'll super chat 10, and they'll get Amy to say, "Luce, a 60-second short on," and they'll pick something in the 40k universe, and she's just got to make a short up on the
Please don't
spot,
chat.
and it's
I've had
fucking
a
hilarious.
very trying day. I do not have any funny juice left in me. My sense of humour has been used up
Where's
today.
it all gone?
I can't. I nearly threatened I'd shove Ben's water bottle right up his jacksie.
Is that how
Joe,
you
any advice for
refill the
setting
fun
up to
juice?
rain for normal games? Are either of you starting a new army for 10th that channel doesn't have? Who playing who Thursday and which armies?
So Thursday, who fucking knows whether we're actually gonna do a game or not? So I want to. So okay, here's the deal, chat. Right, straight talk. I want to do a game on Thursday simply because it would be chat plays, and it's literally our most lucrative stream of the month every single month. But I'm in the same situation as now. So we've got the Liam and Joe show on Thursday lunchtime, and then what we do Thursday evening at the moment, I have no idea, honestly. Are we starting new armies to 10th? Yes, I'm starting Knights, which we've already got on the channel because Brom, but I'm also starting Sisters that are in the spray booth. Are you starting a new one for GSC the Colts and Drukhari?
Well, I want
And
to,
Night
but it
Lords.
depends on what the backlog of stuff I've got. I'll start a new army in a year's time when I finished all the stuff that we're currently
Well, you could
doing.
just paint faster.
Yeah.
Thanks for,
I mean-
thanks for 10.
I want to do Night Lords as a new fresh army. I want to do Drukhari. We've got Drukhari already, so just be a new, better looking Drukhari army. And then I really want to do Genius of the Cult, so one of those first, basically.
I would go Genius of the Colts first,
Yeah,
only because we have a Drukhari army.
yeah,
We also have lots of power armored armies.
Mm.
And Genius of the Colts is a brand new army we don't own.
yeah.
But would you want to learn that army?
Oh, of course I would.
Because there's no way I'd be giving Genius of the Colts a fucking Brom. Jesus Christ.
I would be all over Genius of the Cult. I've got 30 Gene Stealers and a Brood Lord already.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So-
Patriarch, sorry. It's called a Patriarch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GSC juice. That's
GSC
good.
juice. So, okay. So, we've done sex ed with Joe.
Yeah.
Now.
That's fun.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And we've decided that we'll do GSC before we'll do Drukhari.
Yeah.
But we've got Drukhari to play.
Like the Drukhari rules went up. I knew they were good. Well, no, it wasn't. The Gene Stealer Cult rules went up, and I immediately knew they were good rules. Do you know how I knew? Because Chris was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about doing Gene Stealer Cult." I'm like, oh, really, Mr. Meta Chaser?
He's not a meta chaser. He said he's not a meta chaser.
Since when?
He's always said he's not a meta chaser, Joe.
Yeah.
He just is a meta chaser.
Yeah, he is the meta.
Yeah. Play 40k bingo, says Escape.
You're not saying it right.
Ozzy says, I am late. No, go on. I am late. I must say, whoever did Joe's sex ed classes, judging by what I just heard as I joined the stream, was seriously fucked up.
Yeah. We just run into each other like bumper cars. See what happens.
Hope for the best.
Rambo says, Rambo, who's the bigger bumper car? Rambo says, Grey Knights on Death Watch. The thing is, Rambo, right, is the really cool Death Watch kill teams are all mini Marines, and the really cool Grey Knight stuff are all mini Marines, and I have no desire to ever do mini Marines. Although I would argue that also Joe has no real desire to do mini Marines. If they upscaled all the Grey Knights, even if they weren't Primaris, but they upscaled them, even if it was in line with Mark 6 Heresy armor in terms of the scale, we'd be all over it. But as they currently are, they look dumb.
The problem between the choice of those is that I would probably argue that Grey Knights are a better army, but their model line is substantially worse than the Death Watch kill team models. The Death Watch kill team models are beautiful,
Yeah.
but they are a bit static. There's not much in the terms of like dynamic poses within the set. So then you have to bring in like the Assault Marine models and stuff. But the problem with the Assault Marine models is their legs are a lot shorter than the Death Watch Marines.
Shh. Joe, it is my turn to talk. What about Space Vikings? Vikings are cool.
So
I have a draw for Space Vikings.
So I've recently listened to.
Thanks, Alex, for the 10, by the way.
Thank you, Alex. I've finished listening to the Wolf Time. Before that, I listened to Wolf Spear.
Yeah.
I'm currently listening to The Thousand Suns, which, let's be honest, is a very Space Wolves heavy book.
Yep.
I feel like I might end up just doing Space Wolves.
I mean, I that's something I would invest in instantly, because Paddy said to me months ago that he'd paint my Space Wolves, and they're still in a drawer over there.
But who would run them, you or me?
Us.
Us. Because I kind of want to do Space Wolves. I've got a stack this tall, right, in my office, which is just blister packs. The Space Wolf upgrade.
Joe, I'd be
packs.
100%. Like I've been waiting. I can't paint Space Marines because I just get bored.
I would
quickly.
be all over doing Space Wolves.
Heresy colours.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone said that they'd sort me out with and get me pictures of the Space Wolf Terminator army.
I did, however, I will warn you with all my Space Wolves, not use any of the Space Marine heads and just have.
Oh no,
beards.
they're all gimp heads.
All beards.
All the have you seen the Heresy upgrade pack?
No, all beards.
They've got beards. The models. Go to the Forge Your website.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Go over there now. So
okay, chat. Right, let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this and this.
Yeah, I can't.
And let's do this. We're doing magic now, Joe.
We're gonna do magic.
Magic with Liam. Right, and then we'll do.
Oh, did you see the price of that half a model, by the way?
I haven't seen the price of that half
Click
model.
on that half a model. Can they see what we're talking about?
They can now. Oh my god! £27. He's not even got legs.
He just goes on top of the tank.
Oh my fucking god! He's a cool model. I really like him.
That Sons of Horus model is stunning.
This one,
Yeah,
you reckon?
he's really nice, but he's not as good as that Imperial Fist underneath though. He is thick.
This guy.
Yeah, Lord Castellan, Evander Garius, the Tyrant of Cathonia. He's an Imperial Fist. He's not a nice man.
Is he thick with a double C?
3 C's.
3 C's.
Yeah.
This man here, though, he's cool now. He's new, isn't he? The Librarian Consort. Right, so what are we looking for? We're looking for
Space Wolves.
in 40k or Heresy?
Heresy.
Horus Heresy.
All right.
Loyalist.
They are loyalists.
Space of the Wolves.
Space Wolves. I haven't got any of those stupid wolf head things.
No one, anyone who buys those should be shot.
So I got the ones with the shields top and the axes. I've got about four or five of them.
Will they go on Blade Guard?
Probably. They'll probably fit on assault marines as well.
Okay, these are all acceptable heads.
Yeah.
These are all acceptable heads.
But
Jay.
what's annoying is that they only came with the one shoulder pad. So the options are we either buy lots and lots of the Heresy shoulder pads to match those, or someone in chat or a big fan has loads and loads of Mark III shoulder pads of that same design but in the plastic.
Just these ones?
Yeah.
You want these ones?
Yeah, loads of them. Those Terminators are really nice as well.
They are actually. I mean, they're expensive.
They're very expensive.
75 of the finest English pounds for 5 Terminators.
Although
is
that front right one looks like he just stood on some Lego. Ah! That's not an angry shout. That's a pain shout.
They are nice looking models, though, aren't they?
They are.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Good. That's enough of that nonsense. There's enough of that Forge World nonsense. So those heads we've discovered those heads are acceptable. There you go, Alex. Space Vikings coming.
So before Gene see the car, I'm doing Space Wolves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can both play them. I like Vikings. Yeah. You might have been able to guess.
We could do Tyranids versus Guard, and then we could do Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns.
Yeah. I actually missed a £2 super chat from War Master Will from earlier. Right. Can't wait for Games Workshop to look at GTs and think, what have we done?
It's gonna be the Wild West.
If they look at tournaments and think, what have we done? What will happen is they'll put Stu Black on a podcast, who, whilst everything's on fire behind him, and everyone running around like this, he'll be like, everything is just as we expect it to be. It's all fine. We've looked at the data over the last 6 months. One army's got a 97% win rate, but we can't really tell too much at this stage. That's what Stu does.
Well, if you add 2 and 2, that equals 7, but that's fine. and if you take 4 away from 7, that's 12. So it's good. The numbers all add up.
Yeah, yeah. Job safe.
Yeah.
You should be in charge of the fire drill, Joe.
Yeah.
Umbra, thank you for the 5. Do Night Lords just raptors and warp talons and flying things?
The Night Lord. Have you looked at the Night Lord's Forge World range?
No, I'm not going back on Forge right now. Why do you spend hours as your day? See, this is the thing. If you spend as much time during your day painting models rather than just perusing Forge World.
No, I do that in my bed. That's my porn hub. That's my porn hub time.
Old Forge Hub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. They fit on Blade Guard, but Blade Guard are annoying to kit bash. Do not buy the Terminators. They're shit. Detail is shit. Fair is shit. And their guns were sculpted borderline upside down, says Kirioth. Trash models. There you go. Don't buy those Terminators, Jay.
You cut me deep. Although their plastic kits, their standard plastic kits have stood the test of time.
Have they?
The Terminator ones.
I mean, they're some of the better ones. Can you still buy them? Wolfguard Terminators.
To the King's Workshop.
You're so helpful, you aren't you? So often.
I am actually. You say that a lot. Actually.
This is now like my and Joe's life when we're not streaming chat. We just end up talking about things and
Space Wolves down there.
Space Wolves.
85. They do.
Wolfguard Terminators are still a thing.
You could probably buy them from Element Games.
Elephant Games.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark Element.
Because
have they stood up the test of time? Really?
Ish.
I mean, they're not the worst.
So what you could do is you could probably get away with putting those arms on the new Terminators. I reckon.
Maybe.
You could probably kit bash them.
I don't like the eye patch. That irks me.
What if you got stabbed in the eye? He can't help it.
Or maybe
he got some blood. He's got some blood in his eye, and or one of the other wolf pack farted on his pillow, and he's got a bit of pink eye now. He doesn't want.
He's got a whole patch on just because of pink eye.
Yeah,
nice.
Because he doesn't want to show it off. Because that'll be his new like name, his new nickname. Pink Eye Pete.
Amazing. I can imagine that's the case. Space Marines who can just fight off any kind of disease and ailment, but bit of pink eye.
But it takes time, doesn't it? Because they get cut and then they heal. They get pink eye and then they heal. So every Space Wolf has got an eye patch ready to go.
Unless they've got a sty, they can have a sty in their eye.
Yeah. Lehman, thank you for the 5. If you or John,
who the fuck's John?
Could get to Warhammer World on Sunday the 4th, I could bring all the Space Wolf Forge World heads with you ever need. Probably like them Terminators.
I mean, I've got.
I'll be honest with you, Lehman, I'm not driving all the way up to Nottingham on a Sunday.
I've got all the head I need. I've got so many. You get more heads in that pack than...
Happy
and
man,
plus,
Joe.
those stupid wolf helmets, by the way.
Yeah.
I hate them.
I really hate them.
They're so stupid. It gives me strength how much I hate them.
I don't actually mind.
There's not enough time in the day for me to hate them.
I don't actually mind like one in a squad of 10.
No.
Like I wouldn't choose necessarily to have a whole unit of them, but I don't mind like one. But to buy a pack of 9 of the fuckers is ridiculous.
1 in 10 because he lost a bet.
So he's got to wear the helmet of shame.
Yeah.
That's
It's like the cone of shame.
yeah.
Is that for the righteous pink eye who has the helmet of shame?
Transhuman fart powers. One of the extra organs makes the farts full on poisonous. There you go.
Yeah.
And that's where the pink eye comes from. Beautiful. Kira says, Wolfguard Terminator, solid kit. I mean, they aren't. They're better than original Space Marine Terminators, but the problem is now with the new Terminator kit, they've set the bar quite high for how a Terminator looks. Yeah. In terms of like scale.
I think
stuff.
scale's going to be the problem because like I really like the Cataphracti Terminators. I've got 10 of them from the Age of Darkness box set.
Yeah.
And I've got the Sons of Horus shoulder pads to go on them. My worry is that they're going to be really small in comparison to all other Terminators in the game now.
Maybe.
Because the Cataphracti Terminators are wee bibbies. Otherwise, I'll have to get the Death Guard ones and then do loads of conversions on them.
Umbra says, tell Joe I have 20 of those Night Lord Raptors from Forge I'm ready to build and they are so sexy.
Send them to Joe.
I don't think he will. 20, that's a mini mortgage, 20 Raptors from Forge World, Joe.
They're like 60 quid for 5.
I know, they're expensive. They're very expensive. You know how many you should have per 10 Marines? None, because they're shit.
I want to run Conrad.
So what we'll do now is we're now going to go on a journey of Joe's mind and everything he wants to do.
I want Kurt. I'm going to run him as a Demon Prince.
Why?
Or no, I'd run him as Abaddon.
Oh.
He's the Primarch.
Okay.
He's got his like bag lady hair.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive? Is Kurt still alive?
No, he's dead.
So
he got killed by a Calidus assassin.
Not a very good Primarch then, is he?
Oh no, he let the assassin kill him.
It's even worse.
He was so ashamed of what had happened to his legion, and so upset with everything that they've become. He was just like, "I'm not going to do myself, but I'll let someone else do it."
Not going to do myself.
So,
amazing.
So he let him.
Dan Skippy says 1 out of 10 Spaceballs for furries is like canon. I think that's canon now.
Yeah. The I tell you what, the Night Lord. If you can get hold of the Night Lord trilogy on Audible. Banging.
I think you can, can't you? I think
Yeah,
it's
it is.
something
I've got it. It's so good.
I'm currently listening to Saint Celestine. I think is the book. That's quite interesting.
The third book is Night Lords versus a Banshee Shrine, and it's got what's her name in it?
Jane Czar.
Jane Czar in it.
Have you listened to Jane Czar?
Yeah,
it's a great book.
You sent it to me as a gift. You
did.
were so excited about it. You're like, I have to
Jane
send
Czar's
it.
a great book. That's why. But I can send you a gift on Audible and just use one of my credits up. It doesn't cost me anything. That's great. That's
and for anyone that cares, we're not sponsored by Audible, but they've got a sale on at the moment. You can get loads and loads of like 40k books for like $2.99.
Yeah, but if you have their monthly credit, you can just use credits as well.
Yeah, but the credits are like $8.99 now. Or something.
Are they?
Yeah. Games Workshop are really smart, weirdly. So a free credit on Audible is $8.99. They sell all their books at $7.99. so you're more inclined to spend money on buying the books than using.
Yeah, it's actually cheaper for you to send them directly the money than to buy it through the credit.
The Last Life is Game book's coming out. I'm going on pre-order next week. The devil you know.
The devil you know. Amazing. Right. We might stop soon, Joe. You might even have a reasonable bedtime tonight.
Oh, I'll go home and I'll just play Call of Duty with Josh. I'll just bombard him. I've got to a stage now of bombarding Josh to play Call of Duty, where I just send the word bombardment over and over and over again. Bombardment! Like in The Simpsons.
I don't.
There's an episode of The Simpsons where the PE teacher just gets obsessed with dodgeball, but he calls it bombardment. So I just send that to Josh.
With a Somerset accent.
Yeah. Bombardment! That's more of a pirate. But you get the idea.
What do you think, Chad? Anyway, what do you think about GSC and Drukhari? I feel like Drukhari is a little underwhelming. GSC looks absolutely fucking bonkers. Yeah. Although I've already seen someone in chat who says GSC's not that strong because you just have to get within 9 and you stop them.
So, I think Drukhari are going to be stronger than Jinx Circle.
Also, once I've got you
Venom's.
people, we've got 33 new members tonight. If we get exactly that again, double it, we hit the target that Chaotic Failure set earlier.
So what's Drukhari then?
Dark Eldar.
What?
Evil elves.
Evil elves.
And Eldar are not evil.
No, they're just elves.
So but they're the original elves.
They're the originals. Okay.
They're more.
Who's the originals?
They're more.
I'm going to
so
write this
Drukhari
down. I'm going to write
Are
this down.
more in line with the original elves than the new Crafthold elves.
You can't write anything down.
I can.
It ruins it for when we get the 60-second short requests.
No, because then I might actually sound like I've been listening.
That's not the...
Gene Stealer cults are the generational mutants. No?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, that's actually quite close. Yeah. Like the generation game.
Generational. Yeah, this is what you could have won.
Yeah.
Generational
A baby with
mutants.
4 arms.
Gene Wilder cults, that's right, yeah.
And then Eldari, that has spelt not how it sounds.
The Eldar, but with an A at the start and an I at the end. That's how you spell Eldari.
Right, I'm just going to spell it how it sounds. Eldari. They're the good elves.
Whee!
That's like one of those balloons. Whee!
And then Drew Carey.
Drew Cat, that's a good actress. that
GSC are hard counted by certain armies, others they are hard counted too. I can't see knights beating them ever.
one. Bad elves.
Bad elves.
Aren't Space Wolves still
They're
mostly FB? Won't you have the stubby issues? Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I think
Gym stealers.
I think it's like the problem with Gene Stealer Cult is that they're on the table don't really represent them in the narrative
No.
much. Because like I said, they just go around putting water in people's petrol tanks.
I do.
Turning signs round, you know.
I do. Yeah, one of them just carries one around with him, doesn't he?
Every Gene Stealer Cult is a basically Dick Dastardly.
I do think the Gene Stealer Cult rules are very narrative,
Oh yeah.
but they're just so fucking
They're
good.
open to massive abuse though. That's the problem.
If they don't point them correctly, they're going to be.
I think with that role, it should have been infantry only.
Yeah, not jackals and vehicles
Yeah.
and fucking rock grinders and
It's
all
not-
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's not like they can fit like 10 bikes through a drain pipe, is it?
The only positive is like the patriarch can't come back
Yeah.
because
But he's not the problem. It's the massive units of acolytes.
Yeah.
Because if they like giving 2 units acolytes, it's only strength 3, so they win most of the things in the game on 5s. But when you're then putting that on 4s
Yeah.
with sustained hits,
Will Joe have Moon Man the Second in his JSC army?
yeah.
Okay. Yes, and thank you for the 2. Before finishing, please give Say Hi Paul a raid. If I remember to, yes, and I will. I don't know when we're going to finish yet. We could talk. I mean, Joe and I could talk nonsense about 40k literally for the full 3 hours we'd normally be streaming a game. But it says that most infantry have the army rule. Oh, interesting. Maybe the vehicles don't actually get caught ambush then. That'd be interesting.
It says that most infantry have the
So you need the cult ambush keyword. You don't just get it by
Yeah.
being a genius to the cult.
Yeah, maybe rock grinders and stuff won't have them.
Yeah, that'd be
Do
interesting.
you know what they need as an army that they should have but don't? Is the drill that Space Marines have.
The Space Marines.
The Space Marines have the chaos.
Are they better off having the big one that the Space Marines have, or are they better off having the little one that the Death Corps have?
Yeah, because that's like a tool then, isn't it?
Yeah,
because they've got the seismic drill that drills down the massive terrain piece.
Yeah,
But I kind of feel like they
But
should
surely
have just
that
loads of those.
little one that the Death Corps have, you could take
yeah.
as part of your 500 points of Astra Militarum.
Yeah.
Be interesting, wouldn't it?
Or they have a massive one, like the Underminer from The Incredibles.
Sisters of Science didn't get the Qatar, so some models missed the army rule. Okay, I'd be interested. Maybe they don't get it on the big vehicles. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad after all.
Assuming a decent ability to generate pain tokens, Drukhari should be super strong, but very much not able to take a hit off the glass cannons. Yes, I hope there's more ways of generating pain tokens. Like I would imagine,
There's a load of ways of generating pain tokens, Joe. Just kill units.
kill stuff. Thing is though, I feel like the Venoms are going to be the real crux of the army.
Venom spam is going to be strong.
Yeah,
I reckon.
You're going to have at least 6 in every army.
Thank you for the 5, Simon, by the way. Joe didn't say that before he read it out.
Thank you, Simon.
For the 5.
Yes. I saw Tyler said I read that as goose fact,
Loose fact.
not loose.
Well, she's here now, so we can have a goose fact for tonight.
Do we want the new one or the old one?
Escape. Is that how you say it? He says, depends if the bikes actually get caught ambush. I'd imagine the bikes will get caught ambush.
That's from a cartoon.
Not just any cartoon.
No, not from any cartoon, Joe.
Escape.
But yeah, I think bikes will definitely
Teen
get caught
Titans?
ambush.
It says escape, but it sounds escape. Oh my God, Joe! I thought you'd get this one.
The Teen Titans.
It's a
No,
film.
it's not Teen Titans.
It's a film, Joe.
Great cartoon though. My
It's a film.
favourite episode's The Tooth Fairy. Da, 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 da.
It's a film.
It's a heartbreaking film about a single dad that has a disabled son, and they go on a search across the world.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I don't remember the part of the film either. Just that I keep saying it.
It's when Dory remembers that she can read because she says the word escape. Or she says, escape. And then says, hey, it looks just like the word escape.
Oh, that's when they're being chased by the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the submarine.
Rumour is specific army terrain pieces are being scrapped for 10th edition. I can't imagine they'll do that. There's
What
too
they need
much.
is more army, like non-games, like not game, more less Imperium based ones. They should bring in like the orc terrain. Why did that go? It's really good. The kill team stuff,
Where did it? Which kill team stuff?
the stuff that came in the Octarius box, the little L-shaped stuff that then you could push it together and it forms one giant building. It's really good. Whoever designed it was a genius. But the problem is Games Workshop like, no, you did good. Gone. Shoo.
Aren't all units restricted to maximum of 3 so no spam in the same? Battle line is 6. Dedicated transports to 6.
Yeah.
Dark Hell should have sex cages that just generate tokens. I'm into it. I like that.
Like cage dancers.
Kira says, you're saying this is a joke, but kill everything is my only strategy because everything else stresses me out. Simon says, thank you for the 5. Proper tactics. Your opponent cannot score if they have no units left.
I mean, it works.
But not for Genius of the Cog because you just put them on tokens.
No, it's true.
Come back, no. Free. It's free. They made us buy so many bikes for 9th, they better remain. Says, rumour is...
No. Games Workshop makes you buy everything and then stops you from using it and then makes you buy something else. That's how editions work.
This edition, this weapon's really, really good. Are you glad you glued them all on? Next edition, surprise, cock bag, that weapon's terrible.
Yeah.
And this one's now really good. But we didn't do it to sell models. We just did it because we tried to balance the weapons out. Hang on a minute, one of them's really good and one of them's really shit. So you actually haven't balanced the weapons out. But it definitely wasn't to sell more models.
Yeah. Now, if you already own 10 Space Marine boxes, you have to buy 10 more
Yeah, exactly.
of the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. That isn't true. You can still score with sticky objectives, says Edwin. Yeah. With objective secured, as we're now calling it. That's the keyword. I'm still waiting for the Hammerfall bunker to be good or the Firestrike turret thing. I am totally here for a Hammerfall Firestrike meta. I think that's cool, actually. I'd be
That
into
would
it.
be awesome. The Firestrike thing is brought down by the fact that it only moves 3 inches a turn.
It just kind of wobbles in.
Yeah. It's like the slug in
Well, no.
Monsters University.
Now that's only 1 inch slower than a Blight Lord Terminator.
That's so stupid. Why are they so slow?
Rambo says, what's your favourite faction you don't currently have on the channel and why? For me, it's probably... favourite faction we don't have. We have most. Probably Sisters.
Yeah.
Because I like the whole fanatic, religious, mad nuns with guns. There's no more importantly, the Sisters, some of my favourite things about the Sisters is things like penitent engines and archoflagellants and stuff like that. Like a proper grimdark.
Yeah.
Like penitent engines and archoflagellants and repentia are like as grimdark gets for 40k, and I'm there for it. As well as big tanks with fucking great big organs on that fire missiles.
Yeah.
That's just cool. That's 40k lunacy and grimdark all in one package. That's why they're probably my favourite faction that we don't currently have on the channel. It's why I'm putting them together currently and trying to get them ready for the channel at some point in the future because I just love them, right?
So I'll be painting them in 6 months' time.
Well, no, because you've got Space Wolves, Night Lords, Genius of the Cold, Drukhari, World Eaters, more Guard.
I do have a lot of guards to do.
I know you do.
I got round to sorting my garage out. I say sorting it out, but I've done half of it. And the shelves that were empty are now very full. And I was like,
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. What about you? What's your favourite faction that we don't currently have on the channel, and why?
Are we including like sub factions? Like, because like I really want to do Night Lords, but I really want to do Gene Stealer Cult. There's not much else left though, is there?
Pick
really?
one, Joe. Well, we haven't really got Tau because Paddy is here every now and again. We haven't really got Chaos Knight. Oh, I mean, if we include like Chris and Paddy, with Chris, because he's such a meta chaser, we've got every faction.
Yeah.
But
I tell you what army I would like to do, but I would want to put a lot of effort into it. That's Chaos
Black
Knights.
Legion. Oh. Chaos Knights.
Yeah. I do want to redo my Black Legion though.
I would like you to do Chaos Knights because I'm doing Imperial Knights, and we could just play endless games of 10th edition Night Offs.
Because the new Chaos Knight models are beautiful.
They are nice.
But I haven't done them mainly because night content just does really bad.
The thing is with Chaos Knights that annoys me is if you want to run what is currently a Helver and an Armiger or a Questorus Knight with a Questorus Knight weapons, you buy an Imperial one.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a Tyrant, like a Castellan or a Valiant, you buy an Imperial one. And then it's up to you to chaos it up. And that annoys me slightly.
Yeah,
it's like Chaos Land Raiders and Chaos Predators and stuff like that, right? Chaos Rhinos. I hate the fact that it's just a loyalist tank and they've put some spikes in the box.
Yeah.
Like, that annoys
Some
me.
garden railing in.
Yeah.
I think, like, if I was going to do it, because I'd do a Valiant over the Castellan. Because the Valiant is just cooler. Because he's just got a harpoon and a big flamer. But I'd have to put them on the despoiler's body, so they've got the back jointed legs.
Yeah. So they look like Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
So now we're talking 200 quid for every night.
Yeah, look cool though.
Yeah, it would. Joe and Liam look like two guys you'd seen in a lonely country pub that tell you it's not a good idea for strangers to hang around here.
Yeah, with that stranger danger.
Escapade says, never seen Finding Nemo. Made it when playing Halo 1 multiplayer with friends, and it first came out because I would make Zoidberg noises when running away. It's not from that. He's just said it's not from that.
No, I know, but that's how you say it.
No. No, Halo 1 came out 2 years before Finding Nemo. There you go. Yeah, so apparently we would be at home in a lonely country pub, Joe.
I mean, yeah.
So when we make,
if it wasn't for the cost of alcohol.
when we make the new Liam and Joe show set in the new studio, we'll have fireplace, big like old long back chairs, smoking jackets, pipes.
Yeah. We want it to look like a yurt or something.
A what?
A yurt, like the big Viking-y kind of tents.
I mean, I was going with the old country pub vibe, but yeah, we could do that as well.
Yeah.
I want to go inside a gentleman's club where they sit there in the quiet reading a newspaper and you have to wear a suit and you're not allowed to talk to each
Oh,
other.
that kind of
I want
gentleman's
to go
club.
in there and be like, there are no children.
Yeah,
Because the
in
other
here.
kind of gentlemen's clubs are very different.
That's what's in every gentleman's club, babe.
Yeah.
The bus we go on to get to the Sandy Park goes past 3 of those kinds of gentlemen.
Are they
clubs.
all underneath bridges?
No, one's next to.
But
the bridge.
inside, they just sit inside quietly, reading the newspaper.
I want to go inside those
The
ones
men
as well, just
tend
to be like,
quite quiet in those clubs.
ooh, what's in here?
Wait, you want to go inside which ones?
All of them. I want to see all of them. See if it's really true what happens in those kinds of gentlemen's clubs.
Just don't take a black light.
And then see
Ugh.
and then see if they really aren't allowed to talk to each other in the other kind of gentlemen's clubs.
Right, okay. So new channel series, Loose Explores Gentlemen's Clubs.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You could probably get that like funded by ITV.
Probably.
Oh, new studio, says Dave. One was where Luce was going there. She's got to think about gentlemen's clubs. Why do Knights just go all in with Warhounds? I mean, I have given you a Chaos Warhound to prepare and rebuild.
Yeah.
So if you do Chaos Knights, then all I have to do is buy an Imperial Warhound and we could have a full night off.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
How much are Imperial Warhounds nowadays?
Money.
Are they money?
Big money.
Are they money that's make me cry money?
So it'd be Liam and Joe's great big night off.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Right, I'm going to be back in a minute.
Yeah, but where are you going now?
Upstairs.
Oh my god, that's a problem, chat, if he's going upstairs.
I'll be quick.
Make sure you open that window.
No.
A Mars pattern Warhound Titan body is 420 beans. Each gun is 52 beans. So it's 105 more beans. So £525 for a Warhound Titan loose.
That sounds about right.
For a big resin toy. Actually, it's probably not as bad as I thought.
Yeah,
It's
sounds
not
about right to me.
Something we can achieve anytime
You
soon.
could hold out a piece of Warhammer and be like, look at that, 40 quid that, and I'll go, yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, Escapade says Luce is correct on how it's pronounced. Tyler, thank you. Why can't you just let me have it, Escapade, right? Tyler, thank you for the 5. Death Guard terms need to be in Land Raiders with the assault ramp or teleport in. Stop walking up the board, you lunatics. You're correct. They're going to... I mean, you probably could have done the walking up right now, but you can't do walking up in the future, right? Do you know the rules for Flyers in 10th? No. Although there is leaked rules out there, Big Bad Peter Gaming, so you probably can find them, but I won't look at them, nor will I read them out or talk about them on stream, because integrity and all that. So we won't talk about those. But there is, you can find them if you really want to know. I don't know, though. Men are quiet, the women making slurping noises.
But that's only in one kind of gentleman's club.
Is it?
Because
Is
the
it?
other kind, they're not allowed to make a noise.
Have you been in both?
So, no. But
Have you been in either?
So this is it. I'm going to prove, if it's true, that in one kind, they're not allowed to talk to each other. There is no noise allowed. Even turning the paper has to be silent.
Paint the doors and he's going to go lie in your bed. He fucking isn't. Joe taking kids swimming. That's exactly what's going on. I mean this seriously. Send me a night and I will make it insane for you. For Chaos, Kirioth, because it'll be for Joe, but I'm into it. I'm happy to do that. If you're happy to do that, that'd be incredible. Lego Rivendell is cheaper and more enjoyable. Correct answer. 100%. I've never liked the Warhound, the Warlord on the other. I love a Warhound. Honestly, open the window. You make him shit out the window as he overhangs a neighbour's property. I love a Warhound Titan. Warhounds are my favourite type of Titan. That kind of like doggy looking, kind of hunched over, like stalking predator kind of model is what I love about it. I think they're incredible. I need to buy a Warhound.
You've got one, haven't you?
No, we've got Chaos Warhound, which is for Joe to build with his Chaos Knights, and I'm doing Loyalist Knights, and I need a Loyalist Warhound so we can fight Warhounds off.
What's George?
He's a Chaos. That's the one Joe's got.
Okay.
To repair, because he got broken too frequently.
Yeah, Billy George.
I'd like a Leviathan Fortress. Eh? What? That's a library, Luce, not a gentleman's club.
Oh.
Shh, Ozzy.
The library's not quiet anymore.
All gentlemen's clubs,
All the
every
children
single
come
one
in.
is just a room where people sit quietly reading their books in their big chairs and they shush each other. That's all that happens in all gentlemen's clubs, even the ones open till 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, I'm going to be like, what's that red-headed lady called where she goes and has sleepovers and what's her name? She had a baby with someone famous, I think.
Eh?
And she's got like, I don't think she's from Essex, but she's got that kind of accent. And she goes, Stacey Dooley. Is it Stacey Dooley? It's someone Dooley, but she goes adventuring. Maybe I should do that and go and find out these gentlemen's clubs / libraries and see what all the fun's about. There is reading in one of them, so maybe it is a library.
Kyros Chaos stuff is upsetting in just the right way, 100%. Warhounds look very Star Wars. They do, absolutely. What we need for Warhounds is more gifted memberships.
Stacey Dooley it is. Thanks, Grim.
Go with it to cynical, affordable titles. No, if it's not 28 mil, it's not worth it, Kai. Right? We only need 33 to hit Chaotic Failures total target of 1,800 for the month. Do it. Do it now. If everyone gifts one, we'll smash through it. If everyone gifted one, we'd actually get through 2,000 members in a night, Joe.
What?
If everyone gifted a membership right now, our May member total would hit 2,000.
Is that how many members we've had tonight? 1,800.
Jesus Christ. Have you not been paying attention?
No.
No. Which hand did you wipe with?
Both. No toilet roll. I used the shells. The 3 shells.
Kirioth has said that if we send him a knight, he'll crazy it up for us. I feel like we send him a Castellan or a Valiant and let him chaos it up for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you can have it back and paint it.
Why do I know that name?
Kirioth?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just,
He's like...
yeah.
You don't know...
Is he kind
John,
of...
I'm very sorry.
Is he kind of a big deal?
I mean,
Yeah.
he's like 4 times a bigger deal than we are, I think.
Has he got many leather-bound books?
But it's fine, Joe. It's fine. It's
Only 86.3 thousand subs, Joe.
That's
Yeah.
why I know that name. I mean, I would say go over and give him a follow, but you probably already have.
Exactly.
He's a good lad.
Big shout out to Zena, Jill, and Simon, who all gifted one. I said everyone needs to gift one, though.
Have I met Kirioth?
Have you met Kirioth? Were you at the first Dempsey con that we did at Factorum?
no.
How many have you done?
One at
3.
Factorum. 2 at Element.
No, that's what I missed. I think, I was busy because that's
You're
when,
washing your hair, were you?
Yeah. I had much less at that time.
You did. You've got more, but only in certain areas.
Yeah, my belly button. That's where it all congregates.
Yeah.
It looks like a vase.
Oh my god. We tried to start a trend. Thank you, Zeno. You're a hero. Some people listen to me. Some people do as they're told. Some people are amazing. Kirath, remember mental fuck in his piss armour. What?
What?
I don't know where that came from. Carl, thank you for the one. I said everyone needs to give one, Joe. Why haven't you gifted one? Then you not watch him?
I didn't take my phone with me to the loo.
Oh.
I'm trying to be healthy and put healthier things in my body, but my body is like, what is this?
Yeah, it will take a couple of weeks of going, what is this, before it settles, Joe. You'll be fine. Although I'm not sure the yop counts as healthy.
Milk, innit?
Is it? It's yogurt, you clown.
Yeah.
Not a milkshake.
And you make yogurt from milk. Milk comes from cows. Cows eat grass. Healthy. Fact.
Yes, it is true. Yes, yogurt is a cow product.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like you're speaking Spanish?
All right. Yogurt comes from milk. Milk comes from cows. Cows eat grass, therefore it's healthy. It's his argument.
This is all true, what he
So
said.
you're saying if you eat a full and complete block of cheddar cheese, perfectly healthy. Because it comes from cows, and cows
if you
eat
eat
grass.
the block over a period of time.
So this bottle, right, is 500 grams, which is an odd choice for a liquid, but we'll move on from that.
Is it a liquid?
It is, isn't it? A drink. Liquid drink.
It's more viscous than like a water, isn't it? So is it still a liquid though at that point? At what point
Yeah.
does it become a solid?
Is it pearlescent, Joe?
Does it go through a sieve?
Noodle basket. Should we go get a sieve? We'll soon find out. Celtic failure. Thank you for the gift.
Joe's milk science.
That sounds like a whole other stream.
So this is
In my library.
That is in his fucking. That's in Lucy's Gentleman's Club. Joe's milk science.
It's called a library, babe.
so a portion of this is 150 grams. So there's like 3 and a bit portions in this. I laugh in the face of their portions.
Yes.
This is right.
How many portions is Maltesers? Like 5.
Well, interesting you bring up chocolate because when you buy a big bar of the purples, it says
That's dairy milk, by the way, people.
only 3 or 4 is a portion. But when you buy a 60p bar of purples, the whole bar is a portion.
Yeah.
So which
Someone's
is it?
lying to you somewhere. Dang, Skippy, thank you for the gifted. People are doing it.
This is like 300 calories.
People are doing it, Joe. People are doing it.
Ozzy,
Mr. Alex became a Haskell.
What lad?
Ozzy
That means I need to
agrees
do more
with you,
behind the
Joe.
scenes.
What?
Ozzy agrees with you. Logical. Burgers come from cows. Cows eat grass. Burgers are healthy.
Yeah. I'm going to put more health in my
Well,
body.
I said that about the purples with the chocolate, right? It's made from a cocoa bean, which grows on a plant. Healthy.
That's why you have fruit and nut.
So does that mean, though,
3
strictly,
of your 5.
does that mean that cheeseburgers are perfectly fine for vegans? Because actually they come from grass.
Yeah.
No.
It's all it's all a grass offshoot product, isn't it? Really.
It is, yeah. So Alex, thank you so much for becoming a member. You absolute legend at Haskell tier. That's behind the scenes content, and you get the Jarls only giveaway every single month. If you're in Discord, ! Discord.
If Warhammer Plus has taught me anything, it's that the only Titan worth having is a Phantom Titan. But you need 2. Problem is getting Mohawk to give you a price to paint them that's less than a kidney.
Well, we've got Joe.
I'll beat him.
He can paint a Phantom Titan.
Yeah.
Yes, Alex, you get the behind the scenes content on Discord, on YouTube in
Are we
the
still doing that?
community section. Yes, I've been doing it because you don't send me any photos.
Yeah,
And-
because the thing.
Because you can't send me photos. I'm aware, Joe. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming you.
There's a reason why I haven't sent him a few photos.
So I've been doing my own behind the scenes photos. You also get access to the Jarls only giveaway. If you're in Discord, ! Discord, in the Jarl section, which is called the Council, there is a giveaway section. And if you are a Jarl or above, you just click on that and it lets you straight in. Thank you, Brennan Duck, for the gifted membership. Thank you, Lone Monkey Productions, for the next gifted membership. And a big shout out to Matthew Clare Music, who's just gifted 10. Boom. And thank you, Steve, for the 10.
Brenduck says yogurt has probiotics, so healthy.
Some yogurt has probiotics.
This one would.
Does
Because
it?
you wouldn't give bad stuff to children, would you?
Wouldn't you?
It's a source of calcium.
Yeah, that's fine. But
So
has
what
it
teeth
got
I have left are going to be great.
has it got live cultures in? It should say it's a
Matt, you're
great
a hero, thank
marketing
you.
thing if it has live cultures in.
I don't know.
Live cultures means it's got actual living bacteria in it.
I think so, yeah.
If
And
I throw,
it's bacteria
should I throw
that survives your
if I throw
digestive.
my yogurt at you.
Yeah.
Oop,
Oh, thanks, Joe.
there you go.
Right,
throw in your yogurt at my wife.
So very sorry, Joe. This
Yes.
is very tasty yogurt, but not Healthy yogurt.
You bought it for him.
He asked for it.
No, I didn't. You were like, "Do you want a yop?" And I was like,
Yes.
"I'm not gonna say no to a yop, am I?"
Today, Luce and I have supplied Joe with a yop, tea, a monster, and a pot noodle.
Yeah.
And a very educational sex talk.
The diet. No, he provided us for that.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
The diet of champions, Joe, isn't it?
The educational sex talk. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
the-
yes.
About the G to the cup. Yeah.
How babies are made.
I'm surprised Joe hasn't done a loose leak on his first talking head. I mean, it's not his first talking head. It's just the Liam and Joe show.
Yeah. I mean, I could leak some stuff if you want.
No, please don't. Luce will hold the record for that one forever. Okay.
Oh.
We'll leave that loose leak and my panicking trying to remove it from YouTube in that little box. We won't talk about it.
The stops I had to pull out to get out of the doghouse on that one. Unreal.
That was interesting. 40k Medic, thank you for the gifted 5, you fucking legend.
What a lad or ladette.
He's a lad.
He's a lad.
He's a lad, yeah.
Loads.
He is Zena's husband.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. We get a lot of couples watching the show, Joe.
And it's not Xena.
Xena, yeah. Xena.
I'm
Like
going
the
to
warrior
say
princess.
Zenner.
I say
like
Zena,
yeah,
and she's
ER.
never corrected me, so
Yeah. Maybe
I
she's so
assume I'm
polite.
right. Or she's just polite, but she's from America, so I assume that isn't the case.
Is he an actual medic though? Is he in?
Yes, he is an actual medic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in the army or like a doctor, like a real doctor.
I'll ask him.
Yes, Ozzy, I did leak on stream, but I wear a pad now, so it's fine.
Over her
Yeah.
mouth.
It's just when she laughs a lot. Yeah.
Or when I run for the bus. or
Liam's
I
loose
sneeze.
Liam's loose leak eyes remain the funniest thing on the channel.
That was terrible.
No, Leo, I'm not moving in. He's asked that like 3 times.
You're welcome to.
I mean, I could do.
There's a spare room.
I mean,
Actually, no.
why?
No.
Don't eat much.
Liam says it correct everyone. What? Fuck off.
A little bit. If I have a fridge in my room, I'll be fine.
Yeah, but oh no, I'd have to be responsible for filling it and cleaning it. That's a problem. I don't eat much.
I don't. Today, I had a pot noodle. I had tuna pasta.
You are constantly ravenous. Liam back, thank you for the gifted 10. You've just pushed us over the total, so you can get to give us a new total, which will be for tomorrow night now. Are you ready, Jay? Ready? Boom, 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 boom. That's me pressing 4 buttons.
That's pretty good, isn't it? He says he's a real medic. He works on an ambulance.
An ambulance just drives very slowly down the
But he's in
road.
America,
Ambulance.
so he works on an ambulance for a hospital network, but only if people pay.
So, aren't they firemen in America as well? Do firemen drive ambulances, or is that only in some states?
I heard that was...
Answer that question for me, please, Mr.
I heard
Medic.
that was not building contractors, but what's it called when you go up the scaffolding on a building site? What's that called?
A scaffolder?
No.
A roofer?
No.
A stuntman,
A thatcher?
a gorilla.
So a person who does that job, because it's kind of seasonal, apparently they can also double up as a fireman.
Yeah,
Apparently.
because that's the similar qualification.
Well, I don't know these
Scaffolding.
Because as long as he can
know.
slide down that scaffold pole, good.
things. You're in.
Datsun does says you couldn't afford the toilet roll if Joe lived there. We'd have to enforce the sock rule, Joe. Do you know the sock rule?
Poop in socks.
You just put the sock on your hand, and then you use that to wipe, and then you take it off inside out and put it in the wash.
Or straight in the machine.
Yeah.
Straight in the machine. Don't let it linger.
Yeah.
Straight in the machine.
That's gross.
Well, you have to buy toilet roll, then you just reuse your socks.
Eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Nah.
You want nice cotton socks, trust me.
Nah. My TikTok and Instagram on,
Oh,
on the YouTube, on the Reels, keeps showing me. Why is it?
I've seen your reels. Is this the one time the channel gets demonetized?
No.
Or,
What
okay.
is it? Right, I
I'm
think
nervous, chat.
they're
I'm
mainly
nervous.
always in America. These people that like poop and run in shops.
What?
I'm aware of the reels you're speaking of.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
this? Sorry?
So people will go into like a shop,
Yeah.
like Tesco's,
Right.
right? Just poop and then run away.
In the shop?
Yeah.
On the shop floor?
Yeah. There's some real pros at it as well.
What?
Like they'll be like some people dress for it, so they wear like a skirt, like lift it up, like and go.
What the
10
hell?
seconds done. They're really efficient.
Yarl Tom's gifted another membership. Thank you, man. Liam says, I forgot about that bit. Maybe just another one, so someone else can choose, which means Yarl Tom, you get to choose the next target for gifted memberships. I have. Yes, I've heard of that, Joe. I'm not entirely sure why this is not the conversation.
Because we were talking about toilet roll, and I was like, and
I was just saying I'm going to use the sock rule, and now you're about people defecating in public.
but why? I don't understand why. Like, why is it always in America? Like, people in America just like pooping.
Why do you keep watching it?
I don't. Like, the problem is with
Tough
how
one,
these
right?
algorithms work is you watch the whole one once. And then
Why? Why did you watch the whole one once?
because I'm like mesmerized. I'm like, what is happening here? Who does this? And then what happens is that these apps will be like, well, you watch the whole thing. That must mean that you like this.
You watched the whole thing 3 times in a row on a loop.
Yeah, I'm just so efficient.
Well, if somebody's filming it,
Normally it's CCTV.
right, okay.
Like there'll be like an old man pushing his trolley, and like a husky does it on the move. Just
Oh, so maybe it's like an incontinence.
But I'll
No.
text it.
no.
Is
These
this-
people
is this
are doing it on purpose.
is this a younger person dressed as an old man?
No.
Oh, I feel kind of bad for the old
Yeah,
man.
but normally they're like middle-aged people as well. Like these are targeted.
Bartek
maybe
says,
it's quite a brutal
he asks a very
childbirth
important
and-
question. What are you looking at that triggers that algorithm to show that? Like at some point you've watched something that's gone, he might
Well,
like
it's 'cause-
this
no, it's
one.
'cause, like-
and then you've watched it in full 3 times
Like,
on
no,
loop.
because what happens is because our phones are always listening. Right? And
Don't forget, chat birds aren't real.
I probably
Yep. If it flies, it spies.
maybe I've talked about poop too many times, and my phone's like, you like poop, or like
Or your
you-
GPS tracker just realises that you spend 97% of your day in the fucking toilet.
Like-
That's probably what's going on.
Like nowadays, like my TikTok just seems to be dogs in Holly Willoughby. Not a problem.
My dad used to call her Hollywood
Wait.
Booby.
Did you say
everyone-
dogs and Holly Willoughby or dogs in Holly Willoughby?
Hot dogs and
Right, okay, good.
space Holly, but it's always like much younger, like her being covered in slime on the
Was
kids
that
program.
Ministry
Oh,
of
right,
Mayhem?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the two hyenas?
yeah.
Scratch and sniff?
I don't know what they're called. All I
Yeah.
remember is Holly Willoughby, Gunge.
Yes, wet t-shirt. Yeah.
Brief look into Joe's mind, everyone. I'm not sure whether this is something that was worth sharing with you or not. Yarton, thank you for the 5. Had a phantom pooper in trailers when I worked for Asda. The joy of asking people to clean it up was amazing.
It's
In trailers, a phantom
In tra-
pooper in trailers when I worked for Asda. What, like inside like lorries?
yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
That's what? Oh my god. Ginger Steve, thank you for the 10 gifted
Thank
memberships,
you.
you legend. You need to pick a new total. Go. Ginger Steve just wanted to pick a new total.
Did.
We're breaking every record tonight.
When I was a van driver, I had a pee bottle, but not a.
You had right. Stop.
Joe, do you need a pad over your mouth?
Considering your toilet breaks, Joe, I'm surprised you didn't just have a fucking colostomy bag or something. Or what's it called? Catheter.
No,
No.
that's for a wee. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because they put the tube.
Well, yeah, because it has to go up your urethra.
Trying to avoid the word.
The celebration that all the scientists make.
Urethra.
Urethra!
That's what they have to. They all shout it when it's fitted. That's the rules.
My partner,
If they don't, they've got to take it out and put it back in.
I'm going to ask my partner that because she used to work at a care home for a really long time.
Yeah.
Lots of old people.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her if she used to do that.
Yeah.
Do what? The catheter?
Shout urethra. I know she used to do the catheter, but
Yeah.
I don't know if she shouted.
Have you asked her if she ever bothered to warm them up first?
That's a different kind of catheter, darling. That's just for men.
He looked at me like I was talking shit, and then he's like, "Oh, actually, this is real."
Yeah, and it's fitted in the morning, typically.
I know where it goes.
No, there's 2 different types of catheter, Joe. He's been fitted with both. Thanks, ads for the 2. The body is round. That is all.
The body is round.
The body is round.
From Westy, the body is round. His short legs are not made for distance.
Okay.
If they're talking about a tiny little cat that lives in the Arctic. It's just but the guy who narrates the nature program is like, the body is round.
Ginger Steve. Ginger Steve has set a new target
of 3,000.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna have to do. Keep talking, Joe.
Many members, big wow. Yeah, and it's great because it just discusses this cat, this little Arctic cat.
The body is round.
The body is round. The short legs are not made for distance.
I like the cat reels where it says, if eyes fit, size sits. I like that.
And I has cheese.
Right, we're not turning this into a cat-based stream because cats are cunts. Genuinely happy I joined for catheter chat, says as I can see the next show with Nail and I. Yeah, my mate Craftsman Wardy was tasked with thumbing a jobby down the drain after a phantom pooper struck. Grim.
Thumbing it.
Why have we? I think this stream is now up there with the vasectomy one, says Boris. Brilliant. Why we were having a sensible talk. We talk about 40k. We talk about armies, and now we're talking about poo and catheters.
And cats.
I just don't understand what drives a person just to run in, torpedo out.
Torpedo.
Yeah.
So you actually see it tumble down his trousers and then land on the floor like
Yeah. There's some where they've literally just crouched, dropped, fired, out, go.
I mean, it's efficient.
wow.
It is.
Just
Like,
in the aisle.
aisle, yeah,
Shop
freezer
shop
section.
doorway.
Doesn't any of the shoppers look at him like, why?
No,
are you
what they tend to
crouching down?
do is if you see on the CCTV, they know they're doing it. Like they go to an area, they wait for someone to go by, and they're like, pow, gone.
Pow.
Wow. Is that what they do?
Pow, right in the kisser.
Cats rule, dogs drool.
You are
Thanks,
incorrect,
Stephen.
Steve. Thank you for the 10. You're incorrect. I feel like I should delete that message. Cats or dogs, pick one if you had to pick one. If you had to have just one.
Dogs.
Lucy's gone dogs.
I've got both.
Which, if you had to have one, which one would you drown in a bucket?
I wouldn't hurt.
No, I'm not going to drown anything.
Which one would you drown in a bucket, Joe, if you had to
No.
get rid of one?
Neither.
I'll keep them
Drown
both.
myself. I wouldn't drown the animal.
Don't make promises. Which one? Okay.
If I had neither, knowing what I know, basically, a year ago I would have gone cats. I would have got a new cat if I didn't have any cats. I'd go get a cat. But now I've got a cat and a dog. If I had neither, I'd go get a dog.
Okay, dog person.
Dog person, yeah.
So we're all dog people.
I
Yeah.
really want a Frenchie.
We're still talking about dogs? Or
Yeah.
just a pet person?
Because
You're
obviously they've
closest
stopped.
to him.
They've
You
stopped.
just want someone talking French in the
Because
corner.
obviously I really.
Sacre bleu!
Obviously, I really want a pug, but you
bibliothèque.
can't. They're not making pugs anymore.
No, yeah, you're not
Good.
allowed. You're
Not
allowed to
making
breed.
pugs anymore. Like it's a factory
They've been
purchase.
Yeah.
discontinued.
I've got a deposit down on the pug. There's a 6-week lead time.
They only live for they're like butterflies. They only live for like 3 years. Got a real short lifespan. So just here and gone. The perfect animal, the perfect creature. So, but you can still get the Frenchies, which are like the slightly bigger, less ill version. But
Less ill version? You mean the completely not disabled version of a pug?
yeah, but my partner says they're really ugly. I can't have one. So I managed to convince her to let me have one, but I'm going to call it Poirot,
Oh.
despite the fact that he's from Belgium. But we breezed past that. He sounds French.
As long as you can train it to say La Bibliothèque,
Yeah.
then you're good.
La piscine.
Do you know, Ben's been saying La Bibliothèque for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Good. What a hero.
Josh the Enigma says, my wife used to work in Primark, Merry Hill, and she often saw the changing rooms walls smeared in shite. Sometimes 3 at a time. Well, I mean, if they look like a toilet cubicle, maybe you get mistaken. Liam Beck, thank you for upgrading to Jarl. You're a hero. Make sure you get yourselves in the future Jarl only giveaways, you legends. Big Bad Peter Gamer, thank you for the 2. Joe, what do you think of cold custard?
It's wrong unless it's in a tart.
It's still wrong in a tart. Doesn't make it right.
No, like,
I
you can
love
get
cold custard.
You can get the custard, the little custard pie.
It doesn't
thing,
matter. If it's either wrong or it's right. Like,
it's wrong.
you can't put a sex offender in a tuxedo and go, he's all right now. It's wrong or right. So if it's wrong, it's wrong.
They're two very different things.
Did you ever have pink custard at school?
What?
No.
Chocolate cake and pink custard?
What's pink
as one of your
custard?
hot dinners?
Why do they make it pink?
This is it. It didn't taste of strawberry. It still
It
tasted
probably
of
came.
like
It was probably
factory
white, and then obviously I don't know.
custard.
Dan says his French is a Primaris pug.
It is.
My pug is called Spud and a bell end. I had 2 pugs. They're not real dogs. Yeah, see, exactly.
So I want a pug. I want 2 pugs. One would be called Pugsy Malone, and the other one would be called 2 Pug.
No, Joe, no. Well, I mean, 2 pugs is suitable because I'd probably shoot it.
Oh.
Jace, love the comment, guys. Always put a smile on my face. Well, that's what we're here for, right? That's the whole point. Custard's the best part of a trifle. You fucking out.
Custard
Both
donuts,
of those things
Alex.
are wrong.
Oh, custard
I love a
donuts are
trifle.
amazing.
He's got a point. I fucking love a trifle.
The trifles are awful.
I would quite happily stop at Tesco on the way home and smash a trifle in the car park.
And then eat it.
Yeah.
Like American Pie
Adds
4.
to
The British
creaminess.
version.
British Pie is just Joe smashing a trifle. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, anyway, I think we should probably end it there. We've talked about Genius of the Cults, we talked about Drukhari, and now we're talking about catheters, Joe having intercourse with a pudding, and defecation. We're probably done.
And
If you're going to
custard.
have intercourse with a pudding, what would it be?
Oh, no.
What's the sexiest of the puddings?
Sexy. Okay, I don't think I can do this, Joe. I think I can go down this way. Jam donut.
It'd be a chocolate
Oh,
or a chocolate eclair.
not a ring donut.
No, jam donut would be great because at least it wouldn't taste of copper. And she couldn't read it out for us. This is the only Thanes content we
I'm
need, Jill.
right here.
More
This is disgusting.
what about you? What's your treat? Or did you settled at the trifle?
I think chocolate eclair. It's best. It's already
That
cream
also
filled.
wouldn't taste it. I'm done.
More of a
right?
convenient
We're done.
shape,
This is
isn't it?
done. We're done. Okay, my school used to give us chocolate brownies and mint green custard. Mash it together. What a treat.
Mint green custard.
Bonjour. Je suis poireau la chienne. Où est la piscine? Hun hun hun. Le baguette. Baguette.
That's how we talk to people on Call of Duty.
Umbra says Black Forest Gatto is the sexiest. I mean, this is going a strange way right now.
Yule.
Bread and butter pudding, obviously. As says local man Liam Dempsey was arrested on Thursday for sticking his knob in an eclair. Is the eclair? I said jam donut, right? This is the real grim dark future. Right, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. I think you need to go home now. Not via a Tesco's, preferably.
No, do your poos in the toilet, Joe.
No, I'm more worried about the trifles
Yeah.
and how safe they all are.
Spotted dick. Great.
If you go to a Tesco's on the way between Southampton and Warminster at some point in the next 24 hours and it tastes slightly salty, put it down.
I know. I've got to stop over at McDonald's. We'll get nuggies.
Oh, should we go as well? The kids will be right asleep.
No.
Anyway, you guys have been incredible. Thank you so much. I was keeping it going as well, whilst people kept setting realistic membership goals. And then Steve comes in and goes, 3,000! Like, brilliant, Steve. Get your fucking wallet out, I guess. That's not going to happen in the next 24 hours. I might actually change it to something more sensible before tomorrow night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, they are showcasing Imperial Agents as an index.
Pure agent.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they said.
What's that gonna cut? What assassins?
They definitely said that on the.
Inquisitors?
It definitely said that on the Facebook page. What was today? Today was Genius of the Cults, wasn't it? On the Facebook page, I'm sure
Go
they said Imperial.
Dan.
And-
What's going on? What's going on with your mouse?
I broke it.
Oh,
Imperial Agents next up. Look,
what? So assassins?
I guess assassins, possibly Inquisitors.
Yeah. Or the Voidsmen, maybe that they come under Imperial agents now.
Maybe, yeah,
And,
maybe.
Or BTs.
In the meantime, there's a couple of things. So, firstly, because we do have her presence, Joe can also be here for that part of the stream that everyone's waiting for.
Oh, sorry.
Don't ring your bell
That's
at me.
That's not me telling
You're
you to
8 minutes
shut.
early.
So Luce is currently going to look up a nice cheeky little loose
So,
fact.
Joe, can you pick a number between 1 and 300?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, nice.
And Mr. The Say Hi Paul is still live, and Eston did super chat early to ask me to raid him. So I'm going to set that up whilst Luce is finding her loose facts now. Look at all this that you're seeing now. You haven't seen this stuff before, have you? How fancy is that? When I end the stream in a minute, it'll automatically dump everyone into Say Hi Paul stream. So Luce is going to give us a beautiful little loose fact for us, right? And it needs to be an interesting fact because they've been diabolical lately, Luce, okay? Once that fact's done, I'm going to end the stream. I'll roll through the super chats once on the credits and the gifted memberships, and then as soon as that's done, I'll hit end stream and it will automatically dump you into Say Hi Paul's audience. So consider this a Great Hall raid. So go in there, say that I sent you, shout Great Hall raid, super chat him $2 or something, $2. If you can afford it, $2, right, would be amazing. If you can do that, that would be incredible. We would love you forever. In the meantime,
Charles Dickens was an insomniac. He always made sure his bed pointed due north and that he was positioned in the absolute centre of it.
Can I go double or nothing on this one?
It's a bit shit, wasn't it? I have my old fact book, and I think
Go
you'll like...
forward 10.
well, he's an insomniac because if he has to be in the dead centre of it, he would never go to sleep worrying about whether he's in the dead centre of it.
Yeah.
What is the dead centre of bed, though? Is your head dead centre, or is the centre of you dead centre?
Maybe you're like centre
Centre
of
of
your
you.
body is the centre line of the bed.
But that's not dead centre, though, is it?
Otherwise, you have to stand up.
Oh,
Wouldn't you?
Christ. I live with this.
Yeah.
Right, hang on then, Joe. Let me get another one.
Stop.
Okay. Well, okay. We're doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Only 1% of the world's population is ambidextrous, meaning they can use their right and left hand with equal skill.
So you know when people go, I'm ambidextrous. Are you actually, though?
That's still quite a lot of people.
Are you
1% of the
actually?
people. Yeah,
How many
there's
people
what? There's
in-
66 million in the UK?
World's
dunno.
population as
Yeah.
of now.
World's population, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the baby born just a minute ago is now included.
Yeah.
World's population, 7.888 billion.
Oh, that's
So that's
terrible.
still 7.888 million people.
But are they
Well, no,
actually?
because that's... Yeah, no, it's more than that, isn't it?
Isn't it? Because it's 100. The 100 million is in a billion.
So
isn't it?
so 78 million is 10%, so 7.8 million. No, it's more than that, isn't it? I can't remember. It's a lot. It's a lot. Nonsense, says Ginger Steve. Yeah, well, the spurious facts, bollocks to people. 7 billion roughly. I mean, 7.8 billion. I'd say actually
But are
nearly 8 billion. You
Are
lying
they
fuck.
actually? Because it says equal skill. So are you actually ambidextrous, or are you just better at some things with your left hand than you are
Yeah,
with
it's
your
like
right?
I'm right-handed, but I eat left-handed.
That's not ambidextrous then, because it needs to be equal skill.
Right, people. Honestly, we could argue about this forever. It depends what it is, though, isn't it?
78 million says Ferret's Revenge.
So some people are truly ambidextrous, but sometimes I just do things with other hands
Because you're bored and you
Is
fancy
it-
a change.
Sometimes I like to sit on it first. And then,
Yeah.
and then
because it
you-
feels like someone else.
Isn't
Exactly.
that called the stranger?
The stranger, yeah.
Yeah, that's called the stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit on it first.
Joe learn maths. No, I've got this far on.
Looks alone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just on
just bumbling.
dashing good looks. Right.
I live my life like a Beyblade.
You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Big shout out to Joe for coming here and doing this. I don't know what we're going to do on Thursday evening yet. Not sure. We'll have to talk
We
about
need
it.
to do this again.
We could do this again. We've got a Liam and Joe show in the daytime, so we'd have to have a different topic because we'd already talked about the new rules for that particular day.
The sexiest vegetables.
We might do something that's not this again, right? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Lisa, anything you want to add before we go?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You all good? Okay. You've had 2 loose facts. Don't forget, when I hit end stream, it'll automatically send you over to say hi, Paul. Make sure you say hello and make sure you came from us. I'm actually going to end stream pretty quickly, all right? So you might miss all the credits if your name's up there. Tough. Super chat again in another stream, then you'll see it. That's everything. Joe, anything you want to say?
I've had a wonderful time.
That's not how you say it.
I thought you were asking me in general, and then I do my sign.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.